our friendship teleport?
Actually,
Unfortunately,
that is correct. I do believe that you all left off in the Tower of Helm before making your way outside.
Gross.
So
obviously we left the temple and went to the tavern because that's just what
Alcohol.
we got to do. Yeah.
yeah, sounds right. I'll go with that. So there we go. And Tekken will be back in a minute. So I will give it a moment. There we go.
All the mimic gold was changed back into mimics. We didn't get any of it.
Gross. Gross. Gross.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'll kind of agree with you there. It's kind of mean to take money away from me.
That's not what I was referring to at all.
Well, 9,000 gold.
Well, Kit was the one who asked for so much, so...
Actually, was it Kit who asked for it, or was it Tortuga that asked for all that gold?
Kit asked for like 8,000 or some nonsense like that.
Someone asked for a lot, and then someone asked for a fraction of that, and I actually don't remember which was which. Or I might. Let me check my notes. I have to get past all the cyberpunk stuff. Nope.
It kind of falls into the stupid other people say category. So is it Kit? Is it Tortuga? Who knows?
It could go either way.
Brilliance kind of blends together.
Nope, my notes right here say that Kit asked for 8,000 gold. Sax asked for 3,000.
Yes, it did.
That 3,000 was not part of the mimics. So actually, going pretty much according to what we said, Kit asked for 8,000, Tortuga asked for 1,000. Sax, you got the 3,000. That turned out to actually be gold.
Wonderful. It's not full of spider legs and laser beams.
As far as you can tell.
Gross. Gross.
Now we're just waiting on Tekken. You said 12 o'clock, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool beans. There's the picture of the booty. Okay, Tekken is back. So, where the group left off, you all were in the tavern, as Gur mentioned, after a very successful, effectively bringing peace back to a mimic colony. Probably much to Sax's chagrin.
Right?
You find yourselves at the tavern. I assume you all, everybody make sure that you take a long rest. And that is where we will begin. So is everybody waking up and making their way down to the main taverny area?
Sure.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man, I feel like I've been sleeping for months.
Waking up is my favorite way to start the day.
Folgers in your cup. It's the name of your new sword.
I haven't seen y'all in like years.
So you all walk downstairs. I'm almost almost done fixing the jukebox, just not quite there yet. So next session we'll have music. So you all make your way downstairs, and excuse me. There actually seems to be a lot of people that are here today. This morning, there's a couple of people up by the stage, kind of performing, doing some music, playing bardic instruments. Some people are singing. There's a lot of people sitting around, at the different tables, just all, chatting with each other, having fun all around. The barkeep is at the front, kind of keeping an eye on things. And in general, everyone seems to be having a good time. What would y'all like to do?
Sure. There are still all the bardic instruments for me. Steal all of them.
You can only play one at a time.
I don't understand your point.
Your instruments are better than those. You don't need to carry around these low quality knockoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
Kill them for
yours.
carrying around poor quality instruments. Kill them all.
So, as you say that, you actually notice that one of the people playing music suddenly seems to kind of get shoved to the side and looks kind of like he kind of lost his balance and started moving, and he seemed a little concerned by it for a moment, but went right back to playing. The music, continues on. And then it happens again, but in the other direction. You suddenly see the one of the bards playing music. She gets shoved over to the left and seems very concerned and looks over at the other person playing. And she actually curses him out for a moment, telling him to quit that crap. And he looks over and he's like, I'm not doing anything. And then he suddenly gets shoved over to the right. And they seem very confused. And all of a sudden, you kind of see what seems to look like Will of the Wisps. You've seen these things before. Suddenly just appear next to them. Right through their heads. Perfect little shot right there. Leaving a nice little open hole that you can all see through, and they drop to the ground. And then you see two more wisps appear. And voom, voom, through two more patrons, and they fall to the ground. And then it happens to another two. And they fall to the ground. And then another two.
Witnessing a mass murder?
Are these patrons, or are we just killing off bards?
Well, it's it's a very good question. No, two of them were the ones. So the two that were performing on stage, and then six more just randomly throughout the tavern, and they fall down to the ground. And the tavern keep looks very pissed off and very unhappy, because he generally does not like any violence in his bar. And he gives a quick glance to you all.
The usual bar or the dimension bar?
What's that?
We're not at the magical one because we came back to the town. So
yes, the magical bar would probably be a whole different story. Yeah, you guys are just in the tavern that's in the town itself. And the tavern keep, like I said, looks very happy. Unhappy. Like I said, because again, they're taking money away from him because people are dying. And then suddenly, you hear in the the distance a cackle, which sounds like a and
I'm assuming that's bad.
You see the corpses that are on the ground suddenly start to give off almost it almost looks like some spores start to kind of glow around them and move around. And the 8 people who died suddenly look like what y'all would know is like polymorph spell almost, but not quite. You hear some almost grotesque cracking sounds as if bones are breaking, and you see the people on the ground, the now dead, shifting. And let's see if I can pull up the picture I had here. They pop back up.
Well, they're not supposed to do that.
You hear.
All right, everybody knows the blood, guts, burn it all.
And they look like that.
Wait.
But they've got these little spores kind of, glowing around them. And you hear bah, and then one of them just gets up and goes straight towards another patron and gores the patron, and that patron falls on the ground.
What is happening?
Excuse me, I'm going to check the journal chat. Who the hell asked for sheep?
Well, I didn't ask for them.
And again, you hear in the background, kind of laughing. And you're not quite sure what's going on, but then another sheep gets up and thunk, gores another patron. And one of them gets up and starts making its way straight towards you all. What would you like to do?
Oh my gosh, Tortuga, set it all on fire.
Combat.
Combat, okay.
Okay.
Everybody, if you could please roll for initiative.
Are we just rolling or using the bot?
In this case, it would be Avray, but we're just doing the things like we were before, where you can use Avray just for the general rolling, but we're not going to keep track of combat and everything through Avray. You'll just do your normal rolls through your character sheet and everything.
All right.
If that's good with everyone. Let me get this. So I go here, and then I scroll down to here, and then I do this. Perfect.
Have y'all checked
Okay.
that phone out lately? They've done some like major changes to this.
Yes, they have done some awesome.
If you're using the app, yeah, there's a major update.
It looks really nice. A lot of the stuff that they did, but yeah. So let me roll for these dudes. Okay, that is a very high roll for these, so that's cool. Let's check here. Ooh, Sax, that is a very good roll. We got Sax at a 24. Next comes in Gur at a 17. Then we got Tortuga. It's just going to be Tort on my sheet at a 16. And finally, Tekken, our monk, at a 9. So that's going to go there. And you see the two patrons that got gored by the sheep, they rise up what look to be shambling skeletons. And one more sheep, thunk, runs over to the side, gores another patron, and it too rises as a skeleton.
Of course.
Oh, this is not
Well,
good.
I mean, eventually he's got to run out of bodies to throw at us. So
I mean, you feel like that's a good thing. I mean, we're gonna have like dozens of things to kill.
I'll just try to put a positive spin on it. The very crowded breakfast room.
Let's see, what's...
Feel like our cleric should have warded this place before we went to bed.
Oh,
Way to drop the ball, Tortuga.
That's cool.
Way to drop the ball.
When I make rolls now on the... so first off, the monster sheets I have, I can now actually click on to make rolls and attacks and stuff, which I could not do before. And when I do that, it is automatically DMing me what the rolls are, which is amazing. Anywho. So yeah. So there are currently... I'm gonna write this down right quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheep, and 1, 2, 3 skeletons. The sheep are going to have Okay, there we go. So, the first person up is Sax. Sax, there is a sheep that is currently making its way very quickly towards you. But you, luckily, are up first. What would you like to do?
I'll start by casting my Mantle of Inspiration to give everybody the temporary hit points. And change that. So that'll be 11 apiece for all of you. And well, then let's see here.
They are, so just to give you a kind of a quick rundown of what the setup kind of is. If you imagine you walked into the front door of a tavern, at the back of the tavern is where the bar is. You all are to the left of the tavern. All of the sheep and the skeletons are to the right. So the stage is kind of, to the right side. You all are to the left because you just came downstairs and witnessed sheep massacre.
Yes, because that's a normal thing to occur. Let's see here. I think I'm going to cast Wall of Fire between us. So that way
It's a good idea.
I could slow them down a bit. So I'll begin playing my lyre, and then I will cast that. And I need to find it on my sheet because I have like 6 million spells now. Here it is. So then they need to do or as they pass through, or however they do this, they need to make a dexterity save of 18, or beat a dexterity save of 18.
Okay.
Then the damage roll will be 17. All right. That'll end my turn, actually.
Okay. So when they go to pass, so you put the wall around them, or did you put it kind of separating between you all and them?
Separating us and them.
Okay. Cool beans. In that case, next up is the sheep. You hear a lot of confused braying and all that. Because fire suddenly sprang up in between the sheep and you all. It doesn't. So from one side, the buying starts to get a little bit louder and louder and louder, and you start to hear it almost echo. Can all of you give me a wisdom save?
Wisdom save. Yes, we can, I think. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
Oh,
Yay!
Well, that's a great start. Let's see. Saving throw. There we go.
Yay, me.
Okay, so
Wisdom is your casting thing, isn't it? So you should have been okay.
I'd be worried if Tortuga didn't roll well for that. So you hear this almost echoing sheep baa, and Tortuga, you've grown up around some very interesting things, especially being on the snout of Omgar and everything. So you might not be as unsettled by this sort of thing as normal. Sax, as a bard, you're used to a cacophony of sounds. Unfortunately, Gur, they tend to work in shadow and not really like to be around a lot of people. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Tekken, for whatever reason, seems to have been taken by surprise by this. Both Gur and Tekken, you are currently frightened, and you may not move any closer to the sheep.
That's kind of a problem because there are melee fighters.
Yes. Luckily, Tortuga and Sax, you all don't have that problem. So that was that. The next thing that happens is, okay, cool beans. So the next thing that happens is one of the sheep runs right through the wall of fire. So let me have it make a DC. That should be. What is your spell save, Sax?
18.
18
Mm-hmm.
or 17? Okay, 18.
Yes.
Let me make, and that should be dexterity. Yep, dex. Perfect. It did not make it. So you see this this sheep leap right through the fire, which again, because it kind of looks a little bit like a hell sheep, is kind of freaky because it jumps through and it's kind of wreathed in flame, and it quickly rolls around, stomps itself out. Unfortunately, though, not without taking some damage. So it continues, and it you can't really tell the difference, but you can tell because that first sheep that was making its way running straight towards you, Sax, had a particular look in its eye, like it was out for murder, and
Well,
it continued its way.
Things,
so. They have, yes. So you believe this is the same one, and it continues running towards you, and it gets to you, and first, that will hit. Because that was a nat 20. I'm sorry.
Gross.
And you take 28 damage as it runs up to you, gores you, and then bites you.
Rude.
The next, yeah, we'll go with that. The next one does a similar thing, runs through the fire, and it makes its save. Where? There. Oh, wait, no, I need to roll this. It makes it, so it only takes 17, 16, 8 damage.
Does anyone want to know or want to tell me where these sheep came from?
Well, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. Oh God, what is that? It looks like something out of Jackbox, actually. Oh, it's from WWE. Look at that. So the next one runs through, same thing. It almost looks like it's kind of wreathed in fire before it stumbles on itself, flips over a couple of times, putting itself out. And it is running right towards Tekken.
No.
So it attacks Tekken, and it definitely does not hit Tekken. At least not the attempt at the gore. So then it attempts to bite. What is Tekken's? Nope. And it misses. Tekken is too fast. Tekken actually probably being scared of the sheep at the moment already was moving out of the way.
Dodgy.
Yes. So another one, same thing, jumps right through. I need a better marker for keeping track of where everything is. Let me put this right there. There we go. The next one makes its save. And it saves. That's good. It takes half damage on a save, so that's going to be 8 damage. And this one runs right towards Gur. First, it attempts to gore Gur. And hits, just barely, but hits. And first, Gur, you take 12 damage from that. And then it follows up by attempting to bite you. And definitely hits that for 16 damage. Chunk. Next one makes its way jumping through those flames. Attempts to make it save. Let's see how well it does. And it saves. Wow, these sheep are really good at saving for some reason.
Very dexterous sheep.
Very dexterous sheep, yes. Maybe it's all the extra drinking that was being done before they were turned into sheep. Tortuga. This one makes its way towards you. And I am pretty sure that didn't hit you at all. That definitely didn't hit you. Then it attempts to bite you. And it also missed horribly. So that was a whiff for that sheep. Next one makes its way through. We'll make another roll. Actually, the next two jump through. I'm just going to do this together so we don't take too long on this. And they both save. And they make their way right towards, one goes to Tekken and the other goes to Tortuga. The first one going to Tekken. Same thing, tries to gore Tekken and does not make it, and then attempts to bite Tekken. And misses. And then the next one goes for Tortuga and hits. Tortuga, you take 12 damage from being gored by its horns, and then it tries to follow up with a bite, and unfortunately it doesn't work out in its favor.
I mean, I would say that's fortunate.
All of that, after all of that, we now go to Gur. Gur, there are a lot of sheep by you. What's that?
Awarding foot. Well, never mind. It's too late. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You want to warding flare on that sheep?
I was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just remember for the next one. But yeah, so up for Gur. Gur, it is your turn. You cannot move any closer, but luckily, with the way that 5e tends to work, I don't believe you actually have to run away if you are feared.
No, but I have disadvantage.
Yes. But luckily, there are a couple that are right next to you, and you are also right next. Oh, you have disadvantage, so no sneak attack.
Yeah, no sneak attack.
But yeah, at
All
least
right.
they're within melee range of you. So have
let's
that.
start the melee.
A 16 will hit this sheep.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So the sheep gets 13 piercing. And oh, damn it. Okay. And then sorry, I have to do the cold damage manually and I hit the wrong buttons.
Very sure good.
And 3 cold.
Fantastic.
Okay. Now attack number 2 with the short sword.
Same sheep or other sheep that's next to you?
Same sheep. Or
Okay. Cool beans.
until it drops.
Murder.
Ooh, 15, a little lower this time.
That's still really good.
It hits, great.
For this one, yes.
I know at least 15 hits. So that's that.
So that's of
So that's 12 plus another 12, right? Cool deal.
no, it's just 4 that time. I hit the button twice.
Oh, just 4. Okay.
Okay, so then bonus action.
Oh. That still definitely hits.
But it would have been like
Yeah, it would have been my magic
petrification
thing.
thingy.
So,
Love that you put the effect. It's actually a mimic.
That's 11. And that is my turn.
well, go ahead and describe your killing blow.
I slash at it with my scimitar sword, which is also a mimic. And as it kills the goat, the eye opens up, looks at Sax, and sticks its little tongue out at him.
I'm gonna kill that sword in its sleep.
You'll kill it in its sleep, but first it slayed some sheep. Nicely done, Gur. Nicely done. So that sheep falls to the ground. And again, after it does, it kind of you hear cracking, weird popping sounds as the bones almost seem to be resetting, and it changes back into the dead patron with the hole in its head. Up next, we have Tortuga. Tortuga, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
You know what he wants to do.
I do.
know.
How many
do.
sheep are there?
There are now 7.
7, I think. Yeah.
How angry are you going to make the innkeeper?
I mean, in our defense,
That's what I'm thinking
we
of.
did not ask for whatever's going on in this tavern right now. Besides, I'm pretty sure we
So,
can
I
take
want
the
to-
innkeeper.
Yeah, but the innkeeper gives me free alcohol. So
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
gonna
it'll
do
still be free and he's dead. So,
is cast a scorching ray at each and every sheep and 2 at the one that hit me.
So you have 8 rays for Scorching Ray. Oh, I hear
At level
silence.
6, I believe I have.
Let's see. You might. You
Uh,
might.
I believe I have 9 at 6. Let me check.
So you get 3
an extra ray
and
for
then
everything
for
above 2.
yes. I think you have up to level 6 spells right now.
I think he has up to level 7 for his slots anyway.
Yes,
Yeah, I thought he had a 7
if you're using level 6, that will give you 8. Yeah. So that'd be 3
Yes.
plus
I'll,
those 5. Okay, cool. So go ahead and make. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Give me your attack roll for each.
Kill them all.
Actually, you know what? I will give you the I'll give you the choice after this one. The 12 does not hit the first one.
You rolled a 20 for one of them.
Oh, never mind. Okay, that's what threw me off. Okay, cool. So 20 will definitely hit. So go ahead and give me the damage for that first one. Oh, I see what happened. My screen went weird. Okay, so the first takes 12 damage, and the second ray you shot at that first one misses. So go ahead and give me. We are at 6 remaining. Go ahead and give me another roll. That will hit. Roll damage for me. 9. Cool deal. Go ahead and roll for the next one. That's fantastic. Give me a.
Wonderful.
That is 2d6. So give me a roll and then we'll add 12 to that. So that's 25. Nice. Perfect. You've got 4 more now. So go ahead and make another roll. That one does not hit. You can make another roll. That definitely hits. Roll me up some damage. Nice. Next one. A 12 will not hit. And the final sheep. Maybe another crit? Nope, but it still definitely hits. Go ahead and give me that damage roll. Dun, 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 dun. For, I'm going to say 12 damage, just because. That's a good roll for Tortuga. Okay.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Is there anything else? Bonus actions, anything like that? Because that was
This is
just your main
regular.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget that there are also 3 skeletons hanging around.
Right.
Could I hit 3 skeletons with a spiritual weapon, or just like pick one?
Same rules as last time. You can cast your spiritual weapon, but if you want to hit multiple targets, I'm going to consider that using up its time, because effectively you're doing extra. But totally fine if you want to do that.
Cast it at level 20.
Now, just I'm gonna do a level 5 spiritual weapon.
Which my brain turned into level 5 spirit bomb, and everybody needs to give Tortuga their hope and dreams.
Ew.
Level 4. Level 4.
I mean, I guess
Save
you.
some of them house spells.
Level 4, okay. Spiritual weapon of smiting. Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit. Are you going for all 3 of them?
Just the one lead skeleton.
Okay, sounds like a plan. That's the one that has the biggest gore hole. That's a weird word.
Wow. Wow.
For 14 damage. Nicely done. Next up, we have Tekken.
Can I use my stillness of mind to get the frightened off of me?
Yes.
Is that in my turn though?
I don't think so.
How do
Is it
I?
a, is it a
I'm gonna
bonus
say
one?
no at the moment, and I'll look it up as you
I don't
continue.
remember because it's in my actions.
Well played,
I've
though.
only used it like once. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do.
Oh.
Look, this is why you're a monk, to get rid of status effects.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
that's
you
true. It's
can use your
convenient.
action. So if you have a bonus action, you can do that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Um,
Wait a minute. Let's see.
I think you can still spend a key point to take an extra attack.
Bonus action. No, because I have to.
I
I have to
mean-
use a physical attack to get my bonus thingies.
Okay. Well, that's definitely
I
a
could
good use
spend a key
of
point to
your.
put my dodge on, I guess.
Okay, that'll work.
So yeah, my patient defense thingy. Where's my key points on here? Whoops, that's not it. Oh, it's in the. Wow, I haven't used it in forever. It's kind of throwing me off. It's like farther down. There we go. Haha.
Forgotten what that actually is. Do 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 do. Yep, it's there. Oh yeah, to take the dodge as a bonus. Yeah, that's cool. That'll work.
Makes me sad that you can't be charmed.
He can be, but as soon as it's his turn, he can go, nah. And next up, we have skeletons. The the one lead skeleton, which is the one that has the biggest gore hole, which I'm just going to double down on me using that term.
I was just about to say
Marches its way through the fire. Let me first give it a roll here and see what its dexterity. Wow. Wait. That was an 18 for you, right, Sax?
yes.
Off by 1. Nope, takes damage. That's 17 damage, yeah?
Yes.
So it makes its way through the fire, and it is not looking good at all. It walks up to you, and it takes its bony hand and tries to do the thing that it's used to seeing in all of its movies, where it tries to reach into your chest and rip out your heart. And we'll see what happens
rather
there.
it not do that.
Good news. It didn't.
Yay! I guess it's funny how you're trying to take out hearts.
The next one marches its way through the fire, and it also burns a lot. And marches up again to you and tries to do the same thing for some reason. It's like we're in Indiana Jones.
Stop trying to take my heart. I like it where it is.
And it actually succeeds. Unfortunately, I mean, for it doesn't like rip out your heart, but it does get some, fingers dug in there pretty well. So you take 17 damage.
Gross.
And the last skeleton.
I'd like to cast my reaction.
Okay, cool beans.
Let's see. Where is my? Oh, there it is. I was like, what? So it needs to make a dexterity save of 18 or higher, obviously.
It does not.
Wonderful. Let me roll for the damage. Oh, that's low. Ugh. The rolls are crap for my damage tonight.
You were doing that to the one that successfully hit you, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they actually have to damage me for it to work.
Yep. Just making sure. Okay. It actually also seems like it's not doing too good after you cast that cast your Hellish Rebuke. It goes in, it's like, ha! It stabs through, and then you light it on fire. So first it walked through the fire and flames, then it came over to you, and then you said no bad touch and set it on fire again.
Yes, I don't like the bad touch. Correct.
And the last skeleton sees what that second skeleton did, and it too tries to march through the fire. And it definitely doesn't make that save. And it marches its way over to Tekken in this case, actually, and it tries to attack Tekken. Fortunately for Tekken,
Cover yourself. It's trying to touch your no place.
What?
it
saw them.
tries to.
That my heart is not in my swimsuit area. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure you don't want to get your heart ripped out, so I'm sure it's a no-no place for you too.
Oh God. So yeah,
You started this with gore hole, so
I did.
true.
I have no one to blame but myself. Unfortunately for it, it misses, and even if it didn't miss, it has disadvantage because Tekken's all dodgy. Already took the dodge roll, but after Sax went ahead and yelled, "Look out!" No. Tekken got even more defensive. Sax, after witnessing all this going on, getting gored a bit, having your heart caressed, not in the way you'd like.
I don't like that.
Code Lester.
Not by a vampire, I should say in this case. So that's probably the reason Sax does not like it.
I feel like my heart caressed him, like regardless.
But yeah, so after all this anger, after all of that happens, what would you like to do?
Well, I would like to tell the skeleton that it's bad to touch people in places like that. But other than that, wait, the two skeletons that attacked me are fairly close to each other, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then let's see.
I mean, maybe they just want to take your heart for theirs since they're just skeletons. They don't have, flesh and organs.
How is that my fault? I
I'm
didn't
just
do that to
saying,
them.
Maybe that's why they want it.
Well, they can't have it. I like my heart where it is.
And you hear in the distance again, yes, my fluffy minions.
Okay, who's ever doing that? Show yourself.
Ooh.
Let's see here. So I would like to cast Shatter slightly behind them so the rest of us don't get caught up in that because it's a radius spell. They need to do a Constitution save of 18.
The skeletons? Okay.
Yes.
Let me click. Constitution save?
Yes.
They don't make it.
Fantastic. So let me do that and then roll 4. Damn, that I didn't press the spell. I pressed the damage thingy.
So they fell. 2 skeletons explode.
Oh.
Just straight up bone shards everywhere. 1 skeleton remains. However, all the flying shards seem to not do it any justice, and it is not looking too hot at all right now. My little note here. A few tables and chairs in the area also explode from the shatter.
My bad.
Fortunately, 1 stray tibia, because I love the word tibia, goes flying and hits a patron, stake through the heart. And the
Well, that was
patron
definitely my bad.
falls on the ground.
Way to go, Sax.
I mean, in my defense, again, we woke up and the bartender just lets his whole tavern turns into a hellish farm. It's not our fault.
And the one that got hit with a tibia raises as another skeleton. Nice. Would you like to do anything else, Sax?
For my bonus action, I will attack the closer skeleton with my dancing rapier.
Nice.
I think where's my action button thing is. Oh, there we go. So let me roll my hit for that.
That definitely hits.
Okay, so then roll for damage.
Describe your killing blow.
I throw my rapier into the air and summon Seymour, who grabs it by the hilt and begins dancing around the skeleton and slashing it until it dies horribly because it deserves it, touching people's hearts and stuff.
What do you call your move? You know, everyone in anime always yells out their special move.
Oh crap! I didn't think of a move for that.
I don't know.
Seymour no more?
too much pressure.
You got some time.
Oh gosh.
We'll come back to you. So after Sax goes
Singing
ahead and
rapier,
throws.
sing like a bard. Ooh.
Was that
I
a
was not
bard?
singing.
That wasn't a bard. I
Was
just
not singing
did
at
that.
all.
I
That
mean,
was
that's like mouth noises that kind of
Throat
It's
singing?
mouth noises. I mean, that is what
That's
that
why
was.
Tekken is not a bard.
Correct.
Tekken has tried learning from Sax all
like
these years.
It's like a fish call, you know, like mer people of the
Wow.
sea.
This is just going downhill. At the
That's
second.
how they sing. I learned it from them in one of my.
You learned it from them. So you learned it from mer people.
It's mer yodeling.
Yep.
It's the mer yodel.
Oh my goodness.
Somewhere in the
Oh. I mean,
I
distance,
mean, what sound does
Tekken
a
hears.
rapier make? That's not a rapier either.
Oh my goodness.
No, stop.
Just horrible.
So, as you hear Tekken go, it seems to gather the attention of one of the sheep. And the sheep starts making a weird dance. And then it
Well,
attempts to
that's
gore Tekken.
Weird.
So the dance ends pretty quickly. So Tekken,
guess
it
it likes
tries
mer
to gore
yodeling.
you. However, it does not hit. Barely, but it does not hit. And then it attempts to bite you. Which also probably won't hit because you have a crazy good AC. Nope, it does hit. And you take 24 damage. The next sheep actually tries to mimic the call of
Oh, well, that's just weird.
and actually almost seems to hurt itself in doing so, and it takes a little bit of damage instead.
What is going on in this tavern?
The next sheep sees what happened to that first sheep and really doesn't want to try to do that yodel, but it figures it needs to take revenge, so it runs and tries to gore Tekken. Let's see how it works out. In the sheep's favor? Does it work in the sheep's favor? It does! And Tekken takes 26 damage. Yeah, 26 damage. The next sheep that is close to Gur tries, excuse me, to gore Gur. Gur. Blah. Gore Gur.
Go
Go-Gur.
Ogre. That will be the name of
and-
my special move.
Please don't.
Too late.
And hit you for 11 damage, Gur.
It is now canon.
And so Seymour uses Go-Gurt. It's just, and then it tries to gore you, or bite you rather, Gur, and it misses. Probably distracted by the Go-Gurt move name. The next one attempts to go after Tortuga. Tortuga, it tries to gore again,
Warding Flare Tortuga.
and it hits. Would you like to?
Warding flare.
Yes, warding flare.
Warding flare.
Blind
Warding
me
flare.
with disadvantage if I recall. So let me
Yep.
roll again.
Warding flare.
Worked out in your favor. Does it blind it for the turn, or does it just give disadvantage?
It sets it on fire for the next 8 turns, and it blinds it.
Sounds about
Okay,
right.
so I
Oh my.
guess I need to check this myself.
Well
It's
played.
like, not that I don't trust you, but I mean, it sounded right to me. I don't understand what the problem was.
Okay, cool. So this next attack works just fine. It tries to bite you, Tortuga, and it hits, and you take 20 damage. Fortunately,
20?
20, yeah, 20. Fortunately for you, your warding flare did seem to affect it, and it looks like it did catch fire, and it took some damage.
Ha.
Yay, fire!
Another sheep attempts to attack Tortuga. This time just by biting him. And fails. And the last sheep tries to gore Tortuga. And misses so bad.
Mutton
It
out of you.
What?
Said he's gonna make mutton out of it.
Oh, okay. It misses so bad it actually gores itself. And after you see all of this happen, it is now Gur's turn. Gur, we got 7 sheep and 1 skeleton.
Well, I am still frightened, so
Yep.
Oh no.
But you're still within range of melee.
all right.
Minus the
Let's start.
skeleton.
The closest sheep to me.
Okay. Nice. Ooh, that one does not hit. But there will be no repercussions for a critical miss, other than missing.
Again.
That hits.
Second attack. Okay.
Anytime I see numbers, I just assume they're damage, so I have to keep stopping myself. Remember, oh yeah, those are attacks.
I mean, feel free to use them as damage. It's fine.
13 piercing and 2 cold.
Nice.
And now scroll down for this one.
Do 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 do. That will definitely hit. You rolled the same number twice. I like how it took the second number as the one to cross off.
So that's 10 slashing.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okie doke. Up next, we have Tortuga. Tortuga, there's a couple of sheep that have been trying to, eat you before you can turn them into mutton. What would you like to do?
I believe I would like to hurt them.
Children are the
Hurt them.
future.
Hurt them very badly.
And what is your method of pain?
I'm looking through my spells. Hold on.
All
Uh-oh.
600 of them.
So, just out of curiosity, who's all within 20 foot of me?
Dear.
It's a room. I'm thinking we all are.
That's never a fun question for him to start with. Like,
So here's the answer to your question. All the sheep and all of your teammates.
because we're literally in a room, a small room,
And
a
the
bunch of
innkeeper
furniture.
and other bystanders.
That is true.
The area that you
You're-
go in, and there's a show.
I'm just about to say,
And
so
they keep-
basically,
and, stairs that you see
everything.
every time you go in.
the answer to your question, Tortuga.
It's like,
Oh,
And the bottles of alcohol you seem to value more than your teammates.
It's sad but true.
I don't have the bottles of alcohol. Let's
It'll just add to the fire.
Don't you have like some area of effect spells that are like selective though?
Word of Radiance.
What's that? Did you say Word of Radiance?
Word of Radiance.
Okay.
Radiance of the Dawn. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Remind me.
As an action, channel divinity, holy symbol, all hostile creatures within 30 foot must make a con saving throw 17 or take 2d10 plus 14 radiant damage. Half
Okay.
damage on success.
Let me go ahead and the first thing I'm going to do is a Constitution save. You said?
Yes, for
So the
everyone
first
within 30 foot that are
the
hostile.
I would point out that
Hostile.
I'm not hostile for this one turn.
I don't know. Are you mad
Tortuga.
at Sax right now, Tortuga? Okay, so first the sheep. And what was the con save they had to make?
17.
The sheep make it. Let's see about the skeleton.
Dang them.
The
Well, I
skeleton
mean-
does not make it.
Oh, mostly damaged, so they'll probably still die. It's just depending on how high your damage roll is.
So yes, next give me your damage roll. $17.
17
Okay.
plus 14.
Jesus. Okay. So 17 plus 14. That is 31.
Yes.
So the skeleton just vaporizes.
Nice.
Follow up. Next is going to be 15 damage to everyone else. So let me. What? Wow. One sheep just kind of disintegrates into nothingness. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheep remaining. Though a couple of them are not looking too hot right now. I did
Which
not think
one
that was a
looks-
shrimp at first.
Oh, dear.
Holy crap, neither did I.
What was that, Tortuga?
Which which sheep
Oh,
looks
dear.
the worst?
4 out of the 6 are looking really bad, and one of those only looks slightly better than the others. So there's
All right,
definitely
so-
a few.
I'm gonna hit him with the spiritual weapon. That's
Okay.
just kind of floating there. And I'm
Sounds
just
like a
gonna
plan.
say, "Hi-yow!"
Damage.
Hi-yow!
Are you saying Pai Gao?
That's what I was trying to figure out too. I was like, what exactly are you
'Cause
saying?
I was going for pow.
That's a type of
Just
poker
kinda-
that you can play. Oh, okay, got it. 8 damage. One of the sheep gets knocked upside the head, and you seem to cave its skull in. Would you like to describe your killing blow?
I cave its skull in with my spiritual weapon.
Fair enough. What's up next? Or is that it?
That's it for right now.
Okay, Tekken, you are currently faced with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheep remaining. No skeletons.
Okie dokie. I'm going to do my flurry of blows.
Kill them all.
Hope they hit.
Are you going to go after the one with that's looking the worst first?
Yes.
Okay. That will hit for 10 damage. Okay, go ahead and give me your next. Okay, that will not hit.
Okay, and I'm going to spend a key point. And unarmed strikes. Oh, almost a 20.
Well, that will hit
Ooh.
for 11. We're going to say you hit one of the other ones first and took off a good chunk of their damage. Okay, and give your next attack. So one of the sheep was not doing too well, so that 12 is going to hit, and it just kind of drops dead. Would you like to describe your finishing punch?
I punch it in the head, and it lets out a... and it just drops dead.
Nice.
Great with these calls tonight.
What?
Said you're doing great with these calls tonight.
Well, what? Is it
Between your
bad or
mer
is it
people yodel
bad?
and your
That is a...
sheep calls, you're doing
He's a
you're
bard.
doing amazing.
He's trying to inspire you.
Oh, okay.
You're doing
They're
amazing.
more like vicious mockery to me, but whichever.
Potato, potato.
One harms, one hurts. Pick. Okay. Was that all your actions, Tekken?
Yep.
Okay.
But
It is up to the
I can do
skeleton.
that, and then I can strike a pose and be like, T for Tekken. Oh, T pose. Yeah. I wish I would have thought of that sooner. Man.
Actually,
just
as
really
you
just
do that,
turn
you
yourself
hear
into
some of
a
the
T.
people, some of the patrons in the bar that were shitting themselves are not going, oh, is that the Tekken of Legend? And they start cheering and holding up signs for you.
Oh, I feel like you
and
guys should be
as-
escaping, but thank you.
As this happens, it is now Sax's turn. Sax, you see some of the patrons are cheering on Tekken, and you notice that there are only 1, 2, 3, 4 sheep remaining.
Let's see.
One,
For my So we're all gonna fall asleep from him counting them. I'm going to use my bonus action to attack with my dancing rapier. We're gonna go for Gogurt again. And see. Oh wait, I have to press the actual thing. It's too late. He said it, so it's no fault.
Yeah, you hit.
Let's see, and then throw the damage.
So what does Gogurt look like when it kills someone?
Oh, beautiful. So
turn into
I take.
Gogurt.
They are going to melt. So I take out my rapier and then I start directing it mentally over to the sheep and swiping hundreds of times. I then summon Seymour to finish it off, and he gleefully grabs it and does like a blender spin and then starts to Gogurtize the sheep. And then we can serve it to the patrons.
I see why you use the word now, because you are turning the insides into liquid. And sounds good.
Pour it in a glass. Give it to Tekken's fans. It's a souvenir.
Souvenir. Haha. There are 3 sheep which remain.
It's
and that
perfect
was
because my
only your
Eldritch
bonus
Blast
action.
can do 3 beams now. So let's try that. So that's the first one. And damage roll.
Dang.
And then let me do the next beam. Oh, that was low. So
The first one will definitely. I need to track all these. Are you doing these all to a single, or are you just going to cast them all and then I'll just
I'm
apply
casting.
them?
One to each one since you said there was 3 left because I have 3 beams. So
Oh, okay, cool. So the first one, 29 for 10. Just like when they were created, you actually blast a hole through the head of one of the sheep with that first beam. The second beam kind of goes wayward. That third beam does hit, though, and does some damage along the order of... Yeah. Cool. Nicely done. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. There we
and then
go.
that will end my turn.
It is now on to the sheep. There's only 2 sheep left. One of them go-gurts themselves at first and puts a nice little pile of something behind it because it's kind of scared at the moment. But still, it stays true to its original intent and goes to gore you, but instead of you, it goes to turn around and break away to actually run at another patron. But that does give you, Sax, an attack of opportunity on it.
Lovely. I shall take it. Is it just my regular attack action or?
Yep,
My
regular
rapier
attack. You
thingy?
can use your melee attack, so you could use your dancing rapier for this.
Let me slot.
That will hit.
All right. Then damage.
Nice. So that sheep turns around and you give it one good slice with your rapier, and then it goes running away. And it goes towards the other patrons, and then it trips and it tumbles because it's a sheep. And there's still a wall of fire that's over there. And it tumbles through the
yeah.
wall of fire, and it makes its dexterity save. Yes, it makes its dexterity save and takes, what was it, 17 damage at first, so that would be 8 damage. And it gets to the other side of the fire, and then you hear someone go, ah! Oh, whew! And you assume that sheep probably just burned itself to death. And then the last sheep doesn't like that, so it attempts to gore you, Sax.
Rude.
Thunk. And it definitely succeeds. For 11 damage. And then it tries to follow up with a bite. Yes, cool. Just enough. And it deals 18 damage.
Okay, and I'd like to cast my reaction.
Okay.
And it needs to be a dex of 18 or higher. Or beat
Okay.
a dex of 18, I guess is how that works.
It makes it. It gets a 20. Not a
Right.
natural 20, but a 20. Anything for half?
Yes, so it'll just be half of that.
5. Hey, it's still damage. Damage is damage. And you hear in the distance, you don't know my babies.
Now, when I find
And-
you, I'm going to stab you in the face
It is
multiple
now
times.
on Gur. Gur. There is one sheep left.
But I am frightened. Can I approach it?
I'm going to say the sheep that originally frightened you is dead.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you can approach it.
That changes things quite a bit.
Kill it. Kill it in its face.
Yes. Kill it hard.
That will hit. This blade will kill. Okay.
Is it still?
It's not dead yet.
Oh, but it just attacked Sax.
Mhm.
It
So that
did.
means-
So that means you get a sneak attack.
Mhm.
I get a sneak attack.
Take out its heart. Touch it in its no place.
All those dice just fly across my screen.
Isn't it great? Oh wow. Describe yo killing blow.
Well, as it attacks my good friend Sax, I sneak up behind it and just stab it in its little goat brain.
Oh my.
I'll learn it.
And as you do this and it falls dead to the ground, it shifts back into the patron, just like all the others have been doing this time. But in this case, there's probably a little bit of reveling in the fact that you stabbed it in the goat brain, and when it turned back, it's right through the hole the little will-o'-the-wisp originally put there.
Point out that we did not kill the patrons. They were kind of already dead. So
Oh, no one's doubting that. You don't have any anyone that's questioning that.
because I wouldn't want to have to murder everybody in here. That would be quite bad for our publicity.
And by burner,
Yes.
he means talk to them.
Yes, yes, I do.
And after the final sheep goes down, you hear no, 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 and it's coming from one of the corners of the tavern.
Tortuga, if you'd be so kind.
Uh,
I radio
funnily
fireball.
enough, it would be Tortuga's turn. Okay, go ahead and cast your radiant fireball.
Instead of blowing up the whole
I
room,
ready fireball.
Sorry. You know what's weird in my head? Like, it didn't even process that there wasn't a spell called Radiant Fireball. I'm like, if it exists, Tortuga would know
I'm
about
about
it.
to say he has it.
yeah, we know his spellbook is all keyword fire, but how about
Yes.
fairy fire?
But this thing tried to cause us to get killed. He
So
doesn't
are you-
deserve to
are-
live.
Are you casting straight in that direction first, or
Outline it, and then we stab it.
Is
This-
there anything in that area, or is it just like?
oh, there's a
everybody's
lot of
laughing?
people that are still in this bar tavern
Oh,
thing.
you guys should probably clear out by now. I feel like you should have understood that with all the fire and murder that's been going on.
They have front row seats. They're in the splash zone. I mean, come on.
Yeah, all for free. So, okay. Well, if Tortuga's not going to do anything,
Yeah, I just want to. I want to have fire. I guess I'll do fairy fire, just to see if there's anything over there that we can't.
okay. So,
You still have your bonus action too, though, so you could like smack whatever it is once you reveal it.
True. That's
you do see something quite large, almost the entire height of the tavern. The tavern ceiling is probably a good 12 feet tall.
Oh,
You see something that is outlined in that corner, along with a few patrons that are kind of scared that they're glowing. A couple of tables and chairs that are over in that direction. And you see a creature, like I said, that is kind of outlined at the moment, and you can tell that it's looking around almost like it's looking at itself. And then it decides to fade into perception. Let me make sure I'm putting this into the correct chat, not my little DM screen that I made for myself. And you see a very large creature that looks like that.
well, that's not Magpie.
And it looks, and you just hear its voice going, "Why? Why are you stopping my little children?"
It's a lot
And
of
then it-
accessories.
Points.
That is it certainly is.
Its scythe in your direction and says, "Begone." Can everybody give me a
Charisma save? Because this sounds like it won't be fun at all. So.
Constitution save?
Ooh,
Hell
Constitution.
crap.
Damn it.
Well, if Tekken didn't make it, I'm definitely not gonna make it.
That's not good. That's not at all.
Like my worst ability.
I have advantage. I don't think I need it.
At least Kerr's gonna make it. So there's that.
So all of you suddenly feel yourselves
Uh-oh.
stuck in place.
Luck.
Luck, go ahead.
Holy crap in hell.
Oh, your luck did not hold out for that.
So all of you again, except for Gur, feel yourself stuck in place. And you all find yourselves stunned until the
Kerr, if you had some kind of super magical spell that you've been hiding, now would be a great time to pull it out.
which is this. And then it goes to follow up with, "Now you must pay." And it looks
How
Sure
much?
does sound an awful lot like
Because I have money.
because you have money. Or are you trying to offer it gold?
I mean, yeah, if it wants us to pay, I probably have the most money out of the group.
And not that kind of coin.
What kind of coin do you like?
Unfortunately,
I
I
have a coin for
don't.
you in my pocket.
I don't think you're going to convince it with money at this point.
But Tekken has so many cool items inside of his special bag that he's been carrying around that he can definitely look inside and poke his head into if he'd like, and nothing terrible will happen to him.
What?
'Cause,
Speak
you
for
know,
yourself.
your special
Yeah.
bag of holding that you have
You have a bag of
For
holding too?
just such an occasion.
that has
special
such
bag.
cool items that if something would love
yeah, the
to
devouring
poke its
bag.
head
I
into,
was like, what are you talking
to
about?
gosh, you're an idiot.
I couldn't believe it, God. I was like, what
Like,
are you talking
hint,
about?
wink, wink, Tekken. And he's like,
You said bag of holding, dude. That's not a bag of holding at all.
What? I said special bag. That, you know, I was trying to not be so obvious, Tekken, because, you know, if he can hear us, I'm gonna go for it. So, gosh, you
So
are a terrible person to try
the-
to make plans with.
What do you mean to do with
the
it?
creature bounds its way towards you. And on getting close, it looks directly at Sax. Sax, I'm going to
Oh no, I said Tekken had the special bag, not me. You confused us.
no, that's where we're going. It's going to attempt to hit you. Oh no. Yeah, we're still going with this. Yeah, that definitely hits for. That was a lot of dice. 44 damage.
Holy crap.
And yeah. So after it hits you, it cackles. And then I need you to give me wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving.
That make it? Did you make it? Did you make it? No, you didn't. So you're also frightened of this thing. So you're currently stunned and frightened at the moment of this.
Well, I can't run anywhere if I'm stunned. So that doesn't
This is
really-
true. Just multiple conditions, layers upon layers. What am I looking for?
My frightened breath. Curse your mother.
Bright side, it's now your turn, and it's the end of your turn, so now you are no longer. Oh, actually, hold on. No, actually, that's not the case. So Sax, and then it goes to Gur, who is currently not anything. Gur, it is actually your turn.
Do I have to make a saving throw, or am I not stunned anymore?
Nope, this is going to last
What's like an actual
for essentially a round.
Oh,
Yes.
crap. That's not good.
All
It
right.
did have to move close in order to, punch Sax in the face, essentially.
I was just trying to be nice to him. I was being all eggy about it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You also find yourself, Sax. You feel a change kind of within. You feel like you may have possibly been cursed. Continue on,
crap.
Gar.
I'm hopeful that 31 will hit.
Oh yes, a 31 will definitely hit.
Was this one of those good curses that like brings you riches and happiness, or like
No,
1
Oh.
cold damage.
that's unfortunate?
14. Okay.
Okay. I'm guessing with everyone incapacitated, they don't help me get a sneak attack.
But you have your familiar.
I am going to say that even though they're incapacitated, it'll still count as a sneak attack because he was distracted by Sax. Especially since Sax go-girded all of his minions.
They started it. I mean,
Okay, 13 for the sneak attack.
Nice.
And the attacks keep coming. My second attack with the short sword. Oh, look at that.
yes.
That is very good.
It wasn't my magic sword, but, well, I mean, not the right magic sword.
It wasn't? Oh no. I got excited for no reason.
So that's going to be a D. That normally does 1d6.
Yeah, it normally does 1d6.
So it's going to do 12 plus 6 for 18. So 20 damage total. Nice.
And then 2 cold.
Yep.
And then, ooh, stop. And then bonus action.
You are just killing it with those rolls. Unfortunately, that
Beautiful
one was
sight.
1 away. 1 away.
Unreliable mimics.
I'll let you change that attack to Sax if you'd like.
Rude.
No. I won't do that.
You notice how he Gur had to they had to think for a second. 12 damage. Okay. Anything else?
It's everything.
Okay. So goes back to this thing.
Wait, isn't Tekken not stunned?
Oh no, Tekken was stunned. The only
Oh,
person that did not get stunned was Gur.
Grr.
Yep.
Oh.
So it actually looks around and says, something along the lines of onward to the next. And it spins around, and as it does, a couple of skeletons, fall out of the little thing on its back.
Well, this just keeps getting better and better. Hell kind of monster is this?
4 to be exact. And then it actually spins. Like I said, that's what knocks on the stuff is. And it almost seems to turn into a bunch of those will-o'-the-wisp looking things. Similar to almost little spores that were over the people turned sheep. And it just magics its way out of the tavern. And you start hearing screams coming from outside the tavern. As it makes its exit, you feel yourselves able to move and everything again. You don't feel like there's any anything holding you in place, or you're not scared of anything anymore, at least not at the moment. However, there are a couple more skeletons now that are currently in the tavern. 5 to be exact, 4 that he dropped, and then there was a 5th one that rose up from the ground. And you all probably need to contend with those. Well, actually, it's kind of your choice. The skeletons are there, but they are far enough away from you all that there wouldn't be an attack of opportunity to leave the tavern. At the same token, there are also people in the tavern that the skeletons are making their way towards attacking. So, what is it that you all would like to do?
I mean, I feel like... Oh, right, you do have spells for that, don't you?
Was that your spell or class feature?
Class feature.
Let's see. You are currently
Under
level
my channel divinity.
14, so that is a 3 or lower, yes? I'm
not exactly sure how that works, but sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, all they have to do... Oh, actually, yeah, the Destroy Undead is if they fail your turning. So if you're going to cast your Turn Undead, what is your save?
It is... I want to say it's 17, but
Okay.
yeah, I think it's 17.
And that is a Constitution for that, I believe. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's check your spells. So your save is a 17, so they just need to make a Constitution save of 17. Oh my gosh, they actually rolled a 20.
Damn them.
What was this, though? However... Hold on. I swore that there was still something that happened in this case.
It's supposed to... I don't see it on here anymore. It's supposed to have Turn Undead.
Yes, it's weird because I tried to look it up and it's not even showing up anymore.
It's weird.
Extremely. There it is.
The internet.
Oh no, it's a wisdom saving throw. So let me just re-roll that.
Yay! Let them be idiots.
Oh, they are.
I mean, they're skeletons. How wise can they possibly be?
So, how do you do your turn undead, Tortuga? What's it look like?
I hold up my lighter, my mighty lighter. My flaming shield
overcompensating.
twirls around me. My staff of fireball kind of lights itself. My mace sets itself on fire, and a blinding light.
get it. There's a lot of
reaches out
fire,
across the
Tortuga.
whole room.
So there's a bright flash in the room. Tortuga fond of the flashing. And no one can see for a moment because of the blinding flashes. And when you come to, you just see bone dust on the ground where the skeletons once stood.
Amazing.
And outside, you hear ah, followed by bah, and more ah, followed by bah, and also
I feel like we should just cut our losses and leave this village because we didn't exactly
Yeah,
fare too well against that thing the first time.
I could firestorm the village from a few miles away if you wanted me to. We could just. Call
I
it a
mean,
loss.
I'm not completely against that plan. So I
do wanna
think we
go
should
to the
just
Temple of Helm first because we could turn in our reward for the undead that we all killed.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I guess you might as well get some money before we finally murder the entire village, because that would be awkward otherwise.
Or
Yeah.
we
What is
could
it
be
now,
heroes.
Gur? Oh my gosh. It's always save the world, make sure everybody's alive.
I
You know,
do
Gur, I don't know. I don't know about you sometimes.
Be the hero, do good things. This sounds good. Let's do that.
Ugh, gross. Fine, I guess we can go ahead and save the village. You guys are the worst.
so. How would y'all like to proceed?
Now,
We have to go outside.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Hey, wait. Before we do that,
hmm
can I look at something real quick?
Yeah. Are you
I
looking
wanna
something
see
up?
If I can. I am.
Okay.
How long does it take to cast? Blah, 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 blah. Dadgummit, I could just type it in here.
You can. Oh, hollow?
Ooh, wow, that's 24-hour.
That's a whole day of a casting. Jeez.
I know I have something else that just like wipes out undead for somebody. What spell is that? Is it
Might be some kind of other sanctuary type spell that you have.
That prevents undead from walking into the area, or
like just blows them up? I think it's a ritual. Let me look. Dadgummit.
let's see.
Can we find out how many hit die we have in the little pool thingy? So
Oh,
how do we know how many we have?
Yeah, if you click on, I'm trying to remember. I think it should be your current level, plus whatever your hit die actually is, and I think everybody here has a D8, so it should be 14 D8.
I think so. If that's the case, so then
I have 5d10, but That's neither here nor there.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to take
Look at us
20 minutes
flaunting our
and cast
D10s.
Forbiddance on the area.
Forbiddance. Okay, let's see.
Can I use that time to take a short rest and use my
Wait, I
hit
don't
die to
have a
heal
room.
myself?
Yes. I mean, if y'all, he's only taking 10 minutes, but during a short rest, you can usually spend your hit die. But sure, you can spend your hit die during his ritual casting time.
Let's see. I have 14d8, so.
Didn't we just run out of the room?
What? I'm barely alive. If we go out there into a fight, I'm going to get killed.
Then chug a healing potion.
You saw the healing potions he bought? It's gonna be all like some kind of weird side effects. You're really not thinking this whole saving the world thing through, are you? Trying to get me killed.
He's just trying to regain the rights of his name back from all the contracts you had him sign.
Let's
want
see here.
to,
So 14d8 plus my Song of Rest would give me another d8. So I would just have to roll for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see.
What's that, Tortuga?
Fine, if we're
I
gonna
forgot I was casting something, so I can't chuck a healing potion at him.
take some time, then I'm going
Multitask
to
while you
second
cast.
wind.
Okay.
So I'm gaining 7 plus 12 of my hit points back.
Okay, cool beans.
Let's
You can
see
max that
here.
out to your 10.
Yeah, 15 then.
Oh, my Song of Rest gives me an extra d8. So I can do that. Let's see.
So are you casting that spell, Tortuga?
I'm thinking about it. That is a level 6 slot.
Yeah, but if you cast as a ritual, it's not going to cast or
I'm just about to say rituals don't cost slots.
that's the whole point of casting it as a ritual. It's all good.
It's like the whole point of doing a
I
ritual.
forgot.
So you cast the spell, and you hear. So, a few of y'all take some time resting. Tortuga's casting a spell, and that, again, it takes about 10 minutes. So outside, you hear a lot of more screaming and more bah, and more screaming and bah, and then every once in a while, like, and then Tortuga finishes casting the spell, and you and you just hear the loud pain of something just kind of spread throughout the area. Yeah, so there's all that time, about 10 minutes spent, and you all are still inside if you'd like to walk outside.
Well, since my
Or wait
teammates seem to
inside,
think
it's
we
your
need
choice.
to actually save people, I guess we might as well go outside and save people or whatever.
Me.
There, is
Turn that down a bit. What's
there
up?
any way I would know how many undead I killed? That way I can cash them in at the Temple of Helm.
1, 2.
Thought the card was magical counting it.
Was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or
I
is-
have a magic card.
Today alone, you've gotten 8 plus 5 plus 4. So 8 plus 9 at the very least. So you've got, 17 just from today.
Woo!
And then we're probably going to say a good other 10 while you've been out on your adventuring. So probably 27. We'll round it to an even 30.
How much do they pay out per kill?
1 gold. No. I don't know. You'll have to turn it in.
Wonderful. Feel like we should probably do that after we finish saving the village, but you know, kind of up to you guys, I
need
guess,
to
at this
visit
point.
Fairy Ball for something cool too.
Okay. So, what
I
is
guess we're gonna have to go murder this thing
the group's plan?
violently. Well, the plan is to throw Tekken and Gur at it, and then while they're punching and alternating stabs to the face, Tortuga and I can throw various spells also in his face, and
Sounds good.
hopefully that hits him very, very dead.
Sounds good. Excuse me.
Do I need to roll my 5d8 or 5d10 or whatever it was?
I think it's 5d8. Let's see. Forbidden's is nope, 5d10. I was wrong. 5d10. Yeah, roll your 5d10.
You rolled like an actual just D10.
You rolled a d10 and made it say 5.
Think if you just press the D10s in the app just like 5 times and then hit roll, it'll.
Oh,
roll
hold on.
them
I
for
got
you.
this. I got this. Where's the d10? That's a d100. We will go with Tortugas. So 27 damage. Nicely done. So you all make your way outside, I assume.
Yes.
I gotta ask. I mean, maybe I'll try to magically teleport your way out. Oh yeah, you can't. He just cast Forbiddance over the entire village.
It's not like we're gonna escape now anyway, since Gur's all about guilt tripping everybody apparently. So
Hey,
No,
that means he
it's-
can't like zip out or anything.
It's not this. It's this. Meaning this. Gur just wants
Oh.
gold.
I don't know if I believe that.
So you walk outside, and there are tons of sheep running around, goring people, goring each other. And there's a bunch of skeletons walking the ground. Though you're not sure if that's from this creature or if that's just from you all
The
bringing out the
previous
apocalypse.
apocalypse.
Yes.
So was it the previous apocalypse.
We've
been quite busy over this adventure.
And then in the distance, because again, it's been about 10 minutes, but for some reason, the creature hasn't made a lot of, hasn't built up a lot of distance between you all in that 10 minutes. It looks like it's been spending a lot of time turning more people into sheep.
Yeah, I was about to say, it did seem like every time something got gored, it turned into a monster. So now it's just a
Oh, jackhole!
village of monsters, probably.
No gore hole. What are you talking about?
Talking to the stupid horned casket monster that's
Oh, you just
roaming around here.
yelled that out, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Got it. So yeah, you yelled out, "Hey, Jackhole," and it stopped in its tracks, even though it kind of was already stopped in its tracks. But it spins around and it looks at you and it goes, "What?"
Who sent you? Was it that a-hole magpie?
Nobody sends me. They just pay, and I come and I make sheep.
That's your job. And also, what do you get paid in?
Who paid?
Client confidentiality.
Oh, now all of a sudden you have. You know what? I'm gonna ignore that. What type of payment do you take?
Turn it sheep, and it points its finger at another person, and they just thunk, fall over, and they
I really
rise.
wish you would stop doing
There's
that.
another sheep.
Wait, so its payment is sheep for it to.
He's
control-
just a contractor.
Yes, that
Well-
word. Contractor.
So then maybe we can offer you some better trade so you can stop your whole cheap nonsense and not do this.
I have been offered 20 souls.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people here we could probably offer up for souls if
Well,
that's the case.
I'm fresh. on
I've
souls,
been getting them myself.
except my own.
We will give you 21. to go
So
kill Magpie.
what if? Say what now?
You're the talking.
21 souls? And if you go kill Magpie for us,
Who is this magpie you speak of?
Oh, it's this super great mage guy.
Really?
While
who's
they're
a s-
talking, can I try to sneak behind him?
Yes,
and
you may.
then he's like he has like this coat that has like a bunch of pockets. Also, he's like always asking to be stabbed in the face. It's like a whole weird thing for
Do
him.
you even have
And-
souls to give him?
Shh, Tekken, we've talked about this.
I'm
You are
just
really
saying,
bad at
like,
this.
what are you gonna do when he comes for the like payment?
Don't worry about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, we're trying to stop, the two apocalypses we basically brought to this place already. So, just stop. Start doing what you're doing, Tekken.
How
Stop
do you
doing
know
what
this
you're
was
doing.
our fault? We just
Everything has been our fault up to this point. Literally everything.
Not literally
I want
everything.
to
Name something that we haven't caused by existing.
When we went to the not the mime, the mimic colony, and all these
Lies,
people were
because
under control.
Magpie started that nonsense because he was trying to get us. So once again, problem caused because we existed.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
why
other stuff.
I mean, we technically
Wow,
didn't
RPG
cause the whole
is
fire
talking
at the snout, but
You talk too much. And with that, can I ask for Sax to give me a wisdom saving throw?
wisdom saving.
bless. No, wait, not bless. What's the other one?
I mean, all the stuff that was already in motion before we started, kind of
Oh,
technically air quote helping Magpie, even though we didn't know we were doing it for bad
So
reasons.
that would still make it our fault. Also, Bardic Inspiration die.
Sax,
we did put out the fire on the snout.
Whoa.
you
after the
suddenly. Wait, which one was I going for? Oh.
I use one of my Bardic Inspiration dies to boost that.
You can, but go ahead and give me a Constitution. Nah, I'm gonna go with what I said. Yeah, you can go ahead and give yourself Bardic Inspiration.
So we do. See how much those dies are. If I can actually find out how much they are, that would be great.
Your Bardic Inspiration's D8s now.
I
I thought they
don't
were.
know because I can't find.
Let's see.
Oh no, they're D10s now.
D10. Oh, yep, there it is.
So then I shall roll one of those. So I'm at a 17 now.
Congratulations. You have succeeded. It seems that its words no longer affect you. At least that one.
We were trying to be nice to it, but now we're gonna have to kill it. So it's like, no.
Hold on, fireball.
I'm trying
Are
to
you-
move into position to sneak attack it. So,
Did you
Okay,
get into
so-
position yet?
and I am
Probably
okay
distracted
with
it
a
long enough,
fireball.
right?
That's fine.
Okay, I was gonna say blah, 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 blah. What order of events are these going
To
in?
his face.
So are you sneak attacking and then fireballing, or is there fireballing and then sneak attacking?
Which one's safer? Is my follow-up question to that.
I'm just asking for order of events before I do one more thing.
Knowing this group, he's going to get the
Whatever
fireball off
Gert
before I
says.
get into position, so that happens first.
Okay, so what I'm going to have happen then is roll. Don't roll. I need to roll a 16 on dexterity, yeah? Or not a 16, a 17 on dexterity. Unless I'm mistaken.
At least a 15.
Oh, a 15?
Yep.
I rolled a 20.
Oh.
Dang him.
So I probably need a deck save too, right?
Yes. That's actually impressive because that was no bonus I got from. Wow, you definitely succeeded on that.
Aha.
I got 0 bonus for that, so that was just a nat 20. Yeah. So what am I looking? Okay, cool. So yeah, du- 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 du. 46, meaning half of that would be 23. So it takes 23 damage. Oh, hey, perfect. And Gur would take, I don't know, do you have immunity to fire damage?
Well, they have the evasion thingy, right? So
Yeah, so it would
I have
be
resistance to fire. Normally, I don't take anything if I.
We'll just say you can nullify all fire because that's half that, and then you have resistance, so that's half of that, which would put that from 23 into 11, and then you have the if you
Uncanny dodge and
just no damage anyway. So yeah.
Whatever.
Yep. So next up, go ahead and do your sneak attack. That hits.
Awesome. The cold.
So that's 17 damage.
Sneak attack.
$15. So that's 32 damage so far.
let's do it all.
Is that all you're going to do?
Well, that's the one attack I was trying, but I get 2 attacks per action.
Yep.
If you're gonna give me a full turn, I'll do all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Tortuga get a surprise round just because of
Ooh, 16.
fireball
I
and
don't
sneak
know if that
attack.
hits.
16 will not hit.
Okay.
Was that it?
No.
I thought there was one more.
24, that should hit.
Definitely.
And that gets 9 from the scimitar, and that is it.
Okay. Cool deal. So after you guys give that sneak attack, the creature, which I'm just going to call the sheep demon, looks at you all and it says, "You buttheads!" And with that word, it echoes in all of y'all's minds. Can you give me a Constitution save?
Constitution save.
Also, is this thing a legendary monster?
Probably.
Oh yeah, finally.
Luck.
Sure.
Holy crap! Really?
Each time you've used luck, you've re-rolled the same thing.
Or worse.
Well, no, this game 4 luck 4 11 luck 11.
Oh.
So Tekken is safe, but everybody else is currently stunned. And then the mummy actually makes its way over to Sack. And it actually, yeah, Sacks. And punches Sacks straight in the face. I get advantage of this roll.
I think it's the horns.
It might be.
It's jealous.
Yeah.
It's jealous because I'm better looking. It's not my fault. Tell it
I
to have
said
better genetics.
stop talking! And
I
it
said you need
smacks
to
you
look better, jerk.
in the face, and you take 36 damage.
Like, it's not my fault you have terrible genetics.
Warding flare for Sax.
No.
Okie dokie. I actually already rolled with advantage and got a hit on both times, so the warding flare would cancel that out. So I still hit no matter what.
Dang it.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine knowing that it's jealous because I'm gorgeous.
That is its turn, actually. And next up would be Sax, but Sax is currently unable to move. And then next up would be Gur, but Gur is currently unable to move. And next up would be Tortuga, but Tortuga is currently unable to move. And then it's Tekken.
Oh yeah, time to punch some.
But right before Tekken's turn,
Dope. That's not how that's
it
supposed to
punches
go.
you in the face. And it actually hits. And Tekken, you take... My brain don't work. I think it's 36, but I'm going to make sure.
36? Jeez.
Nope, 35. I was off by 1.
Ugh.
It's
Wow.
less damage than I said.
That's so much better.
I just wanted to say it's like it's one less. That doesn't really.
Hmm.
So now, yes, it's your turn, Tekken.
Okie dokie. Time to...
Oh, you also feel yourself slightly cursed.
What? Whatever.
Yep.
Back in. Make its face uglier than it already is.
Big money, no women. Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah, nice. That hits.
Oh, yeah. Get punched in the face. Oh, yeah. Double damage. Let me spend a key point. And, oops, that's not the right one. There we go. And do it again. Unarmed strike. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That'll hit.
17. I thought that was a 6.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah!
Did you roll a 20?
I did. And it like,
Sweet.
automatically did the thingy on the damage.
So that would be 8 damage on top of that. So that would be another. Cool. So that would be 20 damage total. So you've dealt 50 damage so far in this one go. That's great.
Really nice.
And that is my turn.
Oops, I did that backwards. At the end of your turn, Tekken, it actually takes its hand and goes to punch Sax in the face one more time. Actually, not Sax. Yes, Sax. It goes to punch
My
Sax in
dying
the face.
breath, I curse your mother.
and her cousin. Stupid goat-faced mother effer.
You take 37 damage.
And I'm down, but like I said, curse your mother.
I have already cursed you.
It's fine. I'm still better looking.
You're better looking, and he
Still
sees you
better
as the biggest
looking.
threat.
He just talked and hurt my ears.
That's what happens when ugly people hear beautiful people.
Is that why you got pain from my words?
Oh,
Sax, it's
No.
actually your turn, but it sounds like you're down.
I'm down. So,
So give me a death saving throw,
all right.
which should be that, I think. Just make sure you put the bang in front
I
of it.
think you can do it on the app.
Oh, yes, you can do that too. Especially if you're already at 0.
So then let me see.
Yep, just go ahead and...
I don't know how
Huh.
to do it on here.
Weird. There isn't a way that I can see how to do the death
Yeah, I just about to
saving
say, I
throw.
don't think you actually can.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll it that way, and it might automatically tie it in.
Let's see.
Dun, dun, dun.
I regret nothing.
There we go. That's weird. Yeah, I had to manually mark it on here for you. So next up is Gur. Gur, what would you like to do?
Attack many times.
Probably a good idea.
While you attack him, tell him that his mom looked like a horse's anus.
Oh my.
What's your maximum hit points at? Okay, cool. Just curious.
Oh, I don't
That
think a
does
15.
not hit.
Okay. $24 hits though.
24 definitely hit.
Okay. Oh, good.
So
That.
14 damage,
Another 5 damage.
19 damage.
And then can I sneak attack?
Yeah.
Another 14. Dun-dun. And now bonus action. That should hit.
I feel like
That
there should
does
be a
hit.
way to roll that in this, though.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And so another 11 damage.
Mm.
Okie doke.
That be the action and bonus action and ending my turn.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, hmm, uh, it goes to fall, and it goes, or you hear him or it say, "I'll be back soon, don't you worry," and it hits the ground and just kind of explodes into a bunch of little glowy green lights that all look like the little will-o'-the-wisps, and they just kind of fly away. But before that, as it falls, you all
Normal.
feel a wave of energy ripple outward. And it hits you all, and you feel like you all can't gain hit points all of a sudden.
Well, that's not good because that means I'm stuck down then.
Can you give me one more death saving throw, Sax?
If it's
good.
gone, can I do
There's a
spare
save.
the dying on him?
Wouldn't matter because I think it prevents me from. Because doesn't that give me like 1 HP or something? Is how that works.
It
No,
stabilizes you.
you just become stable.
Yes.
Oh.
So you don't have to make death save throws anymore. But you're effectively at 0 HP.
Mm.
So after that happens, we will go ahead and can we just reset this? Like, go away, heal. I'm gonna put you at 1, and then we're gonna put you back to 0. No. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just resetting your death save throws because you're essentially at 0, and there's no way for me to have you at 0 health on this without it being like you're dead almost. But at least you don't have any of the throws anymore. There should be a way. Let me look up what it is real quick. There we go. Okay, go ahead and type that, Sax. There you go. Perfect. So you hear that, and you actually, as a thing falls, you see all of that scatter, but the people are still goats, and they're still running around, trying to attack each other. Although, luckily, at this point, between all the attacking and the ritual casting and everything, it appears that everybody that was outside that could have been turned into a goat at this point is already a goat. So now you've got undead walking around, and you have goats that are running around and trying to attack any living that are currently out. But luckily, no one else seems to be out in the area. Maybe they got word to stay away from the goats. Oh.
Oh, because
Yeah,
of his
that's
forbidden spell thing.
Very true. So as you're walking around, you see the goats moving around, and they keep seeming to be in pain, and then they just drop dead after a little bit. So this is a situation, that you're currently in, and you do notice there seems to be a gem that is now in the spot where the sheep demon was.
Mm.
That looks to be kind of glowing green in the seam away that
What
they're the
gem?
same color. Good point. No,
No, I'm not stealing the gem.
okay. Bummer.
I will grab the gem, and I'm a little concerned about the not gaining health thing.
Yeah, we should probably find a way to uncurse ourselves because that's
Give
not
me
Yes,
a
Good.
Constitution save. Gur.
sure.
Okay. As you go to pick up the gem, you feel like there's some sort of pull coming from it. But given that you are very well versed in souls and the dead, you probably have a bit more training on how to resist this. So you feel like there might be an internal struggle going on, but you're able to overcome it.
That's
So you can go
literally
ahead.
why I have advantage. Yeah. So
So yeah, you're able to
yeah.
pocket and
Let's
handle
get
that
this
gem.
evil gem back to the Temple of Helm and ask for help getting these curses taken off.
And in the distance, you hear a voice Not any voice you've heard before,
Okay,
and you just
doesn't say that
hear.
again.
No, you just hear, huh? Interesting. And then you suddenly sense that someone that was there is not anymore.
Oh, probably realized they were going to get stabbed in
Well-
the face otherwise.
Huh.
Should I do
Interesting.
fairy fire again because they couldn't have like zapped away?
No,
'cause
that
before-
works
Well,
if we
he
can't
said-
see them and they're there. If they're not
Yeah, but
there
he said
anymore,
they already left, so it'll be useless. We just need to get to your temple so we can get these curses taken care of.
And our gold. Don't forget about our gold.
Yes, that's the priority. I would rather be alive, but it's cool. We'll worry about our gold.
So who's going to carry Sax?
Heckin', carry
I'll throw
me
him on the shell.
with
No,
bodyguard
I got
style.
Bodyguard.
I'm gonna tie him to the back of my shell.
are we
You have
weekend
a
at
beautiful
Bernieing
singing
him?
voice, Sax. I would like to mention that everything Sax says and does right now is just in his head, because even though he's stabilized, he is still at 0 hit points and effectively unconscious.
But also a telepath.
He's hallucinating about what
So
he
it's
used to-
fine.
Yes. So yeah, y'all making your way over to Helm's Temple.
Yes.
Cool deal. So you walk to
Yep.
Helm's Temple, and Sax is slung on Tortuga's shell, and you all walk in. And the moment you walk in, the head of the temple seems to sense your presence and runs over to you and says, "Oh no, 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 no! What's wrong?"
I mean,
I give him a hug. Tell him I missed him.
There's
O-
feel like
okay,
that
we
was my
fought an
priorities.
goat demon,
that's like priorities.
First,
and we're cursed.
he looks at all of you and says, quarantine for you all." And as he says that, a force cage actually appears up around all of you, keeping you separated from everyone else. And strangely, he is also in the cage with you, and he says, "Unfortunately, Tortuga, you just had to go and touch me before we were able to take care of this little curse of yours."
What else?
Oh, that's great.
I have a healing potion. Do you want to try one?
Feel like it's not gonna help.
It's not very useful at this point. And we're stuck in here for a little while until it actually wears off. This is going to be exciting.
I'm not sure that's the right word.
We've had worse. Don't forget, I've known Tortuga since he was a little turtle. As far as the
Turtle.
lifespan of turtles go, you know. Yeah. So, actually no, I've got this. Have you all been delving in tombs recently?
I think the tomb came to us.
I haven't seen a case of mummy rot in a long time. This is not a good thing. If it gets out, this is very not good.
Well, the good news is he ran away and we weren't able to kill him.
How is that good news?
It's not. I just.
I was like,
Let me
I figure if I use that first, maybe it'll seem better.
take care of you all first. So he reaches out and places a hand on himself first and says, "Place mask on yourself before attaching to your children." So he places his hand on himself, takes care of himself first, and then reaches over and says,
phrasing.
"Next is going to be
I think Tortuga. Let's like stop him from spreading it before.
Smart one, yes. Places his hand on Tortuga, and Tortuga, you suddenly
I go up and
feel
hug her and say, "Thank you, girl. I didn't know you cared."
about themselves. So, places his hand on you, Tortuga, and remove curse is cast, and you don't feel yourself cursed anymore. You feel that you're able to finally begin healing again, and then he reaches out and actually places a hand on Sax and heals you of that Sax. And also at the same time, you gain a single hit point, so you're at least conscious again.
Nice.
He then reaches out and heals everybody else, and looks around and makes sure that no one else has come into contact with anyone. And then he says, "Okay, we're good." The force cage drops.
I feel like I missed something. What are we doing here? What's happening?
Yes, why don't you all clue me and your not any longer unconscious friend in on what's going on? He says, "Come, come," and he sits down in one of the little benches around and motions for you all to do the same.
Wait, is that ugly goat thing still running around? We kill it?
He disappeared.
We kill it.
Well,
He left behind this cursed gem, though.
I feel like you probably shouldn't brought the cursed gem with us.
So you mentioned Cursed Gem, and the head of Helm's Place ears perk up, and he says, "A gem, you say?"
Yes. I will hold it for
Yes.
inspection, but be careful. It's
He
cursed.
looks. He looks and says, "I've seen these before. It's been quite a long time since actually seeing one up close. Are you aware of what that is?"
Other than a vague death curse, no.
You see, these were used by, they tend to be used by very powerful ranks of the undead. They are used for multiple things. One of them is actually storing souls as a form of being able to, it's like an energy store, put them in, then they can kind of call on them as anybody would use food for sustenance, essentially. But it also has a very unique property. It looks like this one has been deactivated or is inactive. Can't tell yet. Where upon being activated, it puts out a large aura, and it slowly starts turning those in the aura into undead. And then it kind of works through the people it turns, and then anyone that they come into contact will also be turned. It's quite ingenious, but quite evil at the same time. It can pretty much turn an entire village very, very quickly. I'm quite worried, actually, that it's in here and it's not doing anything. Usually this will take effect, and within about a day or two, entire villages overrun and overtaken, as if we don't have enough of an undead problem already.
Right?
So what you're saying is you want me to transfer it to the elemental plane of fire?
Unfortunately, Tortuga, only the person that has made the gem is able to actually destroy it. There are a few small other people that might be able to help out. One of them you've met before, actually, a lovely centaur fellow.
Oh.
Oh, maybe we'll go see him next.
And
It always goes so well.
Another that if you manage to catch them running around, I wouldn't. Nah, we're not going to even mention that person.
No, please mention that person.
Does it start with an
Mm,
It's not going
given
to send us to Magpie.
what we know,
Oh,
the
but we do
person
need to
that-
stab him in the face.
that created this probably is the one that originally unleashed all this stuff upon hell upon earth, essentially. But at that point, he is the creator, so it would be. I assume he is. It would make sense that he'd be able to. No, this is a kind of a trickster. Comes around the village sometimes. We usually just let him be, leave him alone, and let him get whatever he wants to do out of his system.
That doesn't seem like a good
Kinda
way to deal with that.
I just
Just
about to
let
say, I
them
was
do
like,
what?
I feel like that's a terrible way to
Some
live.
sort of soul crystal that's like powers them by just draining your. Yeah, that's not a good. Yeah.
This is new for him, though. This isn't something he normally like. It's annoying and it's a pain, but it's not anything in the end of nothing usually end of timesy that he ends up doing whenever he shows up.
Well, it's only a matter of
Oh, it
time
looks
when
like
you're not,
he-
putting the hammer down. Just let them do what they want. Just saying.
It's true. As out here causing random apocalypses.
Oh, what else can I
It's
get away
just-
with? What's next? What's next? How can I escalate
Just a
this?
mess.
Well, I mean, Magpie is the most important thing to focus on right now, not this other person.
Well, I feel like probably should have taken care of this trickster guy beforehand.
Oh, they've been around for a long time. Before I was even running this place, when I was a little tiny child.
How strong is
parents
this
brought me
trickster
here.
anyway? Are we talking like just a low level trickster? Or are we talking like reality warping god kind of trickster? Because one of those we can deal with. The other one that's gonna be a whole other ordeal.
I mean, I imagine as much because I figured if you'd be able to take care of the reality warping one, we wouldn't be having the problem we have outside right now.
Well, you could shut your stupid face because it's not a fault that this is all happening. Well, I mean, it kind of is. But still, gonna fix all of this. Gonna fix all of this.
We have our
Yeah, so
utmost faith.
thank you for healing us.
Well, he didn't really heal us. I mean, I'm still half dead.
Well, maybe if you don't piss him off, he will heal you.
Well, maybe if he healed me properly, I wouldn't have to piss him off. So you know what? I feel like this is his fault. I do appreciate you uncursing us. Thank you.
You notice that his hand was actually glowing a sickly green, and he was slowly reaching out towards you. But as soon as you said thank you, it stopped, and he put his hand back down.
Going to try to kill me because that's not very priest-like.
It's interesting. Those
You
of
know,
us who
before I met
practice healing
Tortuga,
arts.
I would have agreed with you, but
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
Warrior god.
Not a
Big dude,
not a
super
god,
armor.
just someone who spent a lot of time acquiring a lot of knowledge for themselves. But maybe if they come around and we can talk to them. Otherwise, I don't.
so
know
you
what to say
think
right
maybe
now.
we could heal up here and then take the cursed gem to the centaur?
Yeah, actually, let me hold on. a
Gary
minute.
Ball's gonna love that.
I'll be right back. He walks away and he
I
goes
really wanna
upstairs.
see Warrior God, so we're good.
And he comes back down. He actually has a pretty neat looking gauntlet, and he hands it to you, Gur, and he says, "This will at least let other people handle the gem without having to worry about any nasty side effects."
Sounds
Okay.
pleasant.
As far as the rest of you all, you may partake in any of the altars we have around for healing up. You can spend the night here if you'd like to rest up.
I
Again,
guess we should heal
all
up
of
before we go
our-
see him.
all of our available facilities for Tortuga's friends.
Friends is such a strong word.
best friend.
Okie doke. Well, you all know where the beds are. You all know where the altars are. If you'd like, to get some healing beforehand. Otherwise, if there's anything else I can do for you, please let me know.
Kids, let's heal up.
He looks over to Tortuga and says, "Tortuga, did you do something to prevent
Yes,
travel?"
Yes, sir. But while you're here, I have my card with a bunch of undead, things on it.
Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, you'd like to cash it in. He takes it
Yes, sir.
and he actually walks over to where the little drop box is for it and drops it in the box, and then you hear almost sound like a slot machine. You just hear a lot of coins rolling out, and he picks them up and walks over to you and drops 3,000 gold in your hand.
Yeah.
Ahem.
You didn't kill all those undead by yourself.
Also, this little thing that you did to prevent the travel, how long does it last? Because Fane is stuck in the astral plane at the moment.
That's gonna be fun to explain later. Yeah. 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 I mean, the bright side, though, is that no undead aren't running around here. So you know, bright side, but also it lasts for a whole day. So yeah,
He'll be fine. He's a strong dude. So,
Hey, if you
at
we
least the
could
undead
send
problem
him
is
the password, and he could get through.
the password.
The password is pineapple.
it's always pineapple. By the way, it's a weird obsession with them. It's a whole thing.
Interesting. I'll see if we
Yeah.
can.
Get the password to him. He can come back.
Okay. Well, thanks, Tortuga. I'll see if we can send someone out to get a message over his way. Yeah.
All right, so let's
he's-
heal up so we can go.
He looks very tired. He walks away.
Because we need to go see Fairy Ball now, who I'm sure loves whenever we have to visit him, because it's
I think we're gonna
never.
have to wait till next session.
It is 15 to midnight.
We still got some time. We still got a little time.
Do we? Are you sure?
Yeah, we can do it. It's fine.
Are you going to be cursing yourself tomorrow of why did I stay up?
Well, not really, because I mean, I stayed up even later yesterday and still had to be up. So
Okay. Well, in that case, the fun part is you all get to. Wait a second. Wait a minute. So-
Are we leveling up? Are we leveling up?
We're
well,
healing
before
him,
that-
right?
You are definitely
It's a
healing. Yes.
long rest. Yes. Well, I am anyway, because I'm like
So
super close to death.
you all would have to manually make your way, at least get outside the village first before
Yeah, we would have to walk
teleporting.
there because we can't teleport.
Mm-hmm. And Thane is still stuck because it does not allow any kind of magical travel. The password only lets
LOLs.
things walk into the area without getting hurt.
I mean, it's not like there's anything dangerous on the astral plane anyway. Sure, he'll be fine.
1 second.
Hey, if I stick my head in my bag of and yell things,
I mean,
Oh man. You are free to do whatever you want, Tortuga.
don't do anything weird. Let's just get to Fury Ball. Bane will have to take care of himself. We have multiple apocalypses to stop right now.
I
Yeah.
have a lot of items to ask Fury Ball about. So
Also that.
And by that you mean you're gonna ask the DM to remember what's he capable of.
Well, I remember
exactly.
it's got the weird.
This isn't
Because we
going to
have,
be
we have the
quick.
staff.
So
we have
here's what we can do.
other stuff.
You all will make your way over to at least the edge of the village. And as you do, and you get to the very edge of the village, you see something floating there that it looks like kind of a glowing faun, Faun, floating. And it looks at you all and says, definitely interesting indeed. It snaps its fingers, and you suddenly all find yourselves at the gate of Fury Ball's place.
Well,
Apparently that snap sent us a Fury Ball. Thanks, kind snap person thing.
we're just gonna not even discuss the fact that there was a giant floating deer thing out there just snapping people into Fairy Ball's place. No. That's just normal around here. Fine.
I mean, we've encountered some weird stuff.
As you look up, you see it's actually floating a good bit in the air, and it says, "Huh! So that's where it took you."
Wait, what?
And it gives a little salute and vanishes.
So it's random? Question mark.
So basically, it was just gonna snap us into wherever the hell, and we just got lucky. No.
Maybe.
Next time we see that thing, face stab. Face stab.
Yeah, that'll go over great. So you're in front of Fury Ball's place, and you hear from the inside suddenly, no, out, go, don't enter, don't come in, leave.
Listen, you have to understand. It's like you have all these things, and we need your assistance again. And I mean, sure, there's so many things that happen every time we come to see you, but it's like
You say so many things, but it's you. And there's just a big magical mouth that's on the front door that's saying all this to you all.
I mean, it's not entirely our fault. I mean, you have to
It's
think about
entirely your fault.
it. I mean, it kind of is, actually. It kind of is. But we plan on fixing, like, literally everything. We just have a lot to do that. And we need your help. And we know how much you love Tortuga, so we brought him along. So,
I have some
reunion
supplies
time.
If you want something interesting,
Say that one more time, Tortuga. Your sax friend was being very loud.
I said I have some very, very interesting supplies. If you would like to make something very interesting for a certain octopus,
You tried to set me on fire last time you were here.
Be fair. I mean,
hey,
he tries
we
to do that to
swept under the
everyone.
rug. We're friends now. Friends.
I mean, I can't tell you
I'll
how many
even
times
tell you
he's
the safe
tried to
word.
set
I
us
mean,
all
the
on
safe word.
fire.
Or, drowned us with an abundance of water that he just
Also
materialized out of
that.
nowhere.
Yeah, he actually thinking about it, Tortuga might be more dangerous to our team than the actual stuff we fight.
Or started a fight with something when we didn't need to.
Also that. Also that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or been stuck in
But I
rabbit
have you
form
cool
and
stuff
couldn't
to
get
work
killed
with.
to be brought back.
That is true too. He is just a source of chaos for us.
Fine. And you hear the mouth vanishes, and you hear the thunk, and the doors swing open.
Yay! He's happy to see us.
He does love us.
And as soon as you walk inside, find it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do. You see this,
Oh hey.
and it points a finger right at Tortuga, and it puts the finger to its mouth, and a weird shh comes out, and it just motions for you all to follow it. And an echoey voice from it, says something along the lines of, "Don't misbehave."
Well. Hell.
We're dead.
I just wanted to say, I was like, hell.
And it starts walking you all over to where I almost said Tortuga, where Fieri Ball is. And there's Fieri Ball. And you see he's talking to someone, but as he turns around, person's not there anymore. He's like, "Hi,
Suspicious
again?
at all.
How can I help you?"
Well, we got a bunch of items that we kind of need identified because they're all weird and magical, and we found them in like random places. So we thought we'd come back and pay you a visit, and definitely not have Tortuga try to set you on fire again.
Emphasis on the pay part.
I'm sorry, what?
Emphasis on the pay me a visit.
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't hear you over the sound of something crazy in my ear. I'm sorry, but what?
He has selective hearing if you ask him to pay for things.
Oh, then I'll look at you all. Emphasis on the pay part. Money, gold. I live here alone.
I'm sorry, what? We none of us can hear you over the sound of someone saying something crazy in our ear. I don't understand where it's coming from. It's weird. It's weird, right, guys? It's so weird. It's so weird. So yeah.
Crazy.
He said emphasis on the pay part sucks.
You know, Tekken.
See, your monk is the smart one.
I wouldn't call him smart. Because we've discussed this multiple times now, in the same day, no less. I don't know about him sometimes. I really don't know about him sometimes.
So as you're saying that, where'd it go? There it is. The thing in armor holds its hand up, and you start seeing a tiny little ball of fire start to grow in it. And Fairy Ball says, "Again, I can't stress enough the pay part."
I mean,
Well,
I've
I'm
got a
sure
lot
we
over
can
the
come
armor.
to some sort of agreement.
Ah, there it is. And he waves his hand, and the knight dismisses it, walks away, and sits down in a little chair.
Just so you
So-
know,
I
threatening
see you picked up a
Tortuga with
bottle
fire is
guard
just
and,
like flirting for him. So.
that's true, because he's immune, so I wouldn't really do anything.
Whatever
good.
works to get me my payment. So, how can I help you all?
All right. Well, I don't remember everything that we have that we need to give him, but and Tortuga's hitting on the Death Knight
Yeah,
right now, so there's
it's a matter
that.
of time.
Again.
Okay. Damn it.
Having second thoughts now.
Yeah. I go back on to Fairy Ball. I reach into my bag of holding
Oh man.
and I pull out 12 Kraken tentacles.
Ooh, I can use these at the next gauntlet. They'll taste delicious. Oh,
Don't forget
I
the
know, I
weird
know.
dagger thingy that we got from the Mimic colony.
I know.
Is someone else holding that?
I have it,
There's
but I mean,
there's a better thing I can do. You know what? For the good of the world,
No,
since
we
you all
like
are going
Tortuga
to
guesses. Well, okay, go
to
on.
to fix what happened, let's have those tentacles real quick, Tortuga. And he holds his hand out. This one I'll do on the house.
I reach into my bag of tentacles and I drag out the Kraken parts and
Did you just say you reach into your bag of tentacles?
Yes.
he did say that.
Okay, continue on. I reach into my bag of tentacles and I pull out the holdings. Wait a minute.
I have a bag of tentacles inside my bag of holding.
So he says, actually, you know what? And he reaches behind. He's got a little table and he reaches behind it and he picks up a very big pestle, and puts it on the ground and says, go ahead and just drop those tentacles in there.
I throw in some Naga parts and a Scrag head.
I don't know what you think I'm making, but I only need the tentacles. Take the other parts out
I
of
think
there.
he collects
I know, but-
weird ingredients for you.
Good times. Good times.
We'll make use of that other stuff in a moment, but right now, just the tentacles.
I hand him all my tentacles, all of them.
Awesome.
Yeah, you do.
And he takes a little flute out of his he has his little bag on and he takes a flute out and plays a quick little tune on it. And suddenly the mortar and pestle starts actually stirring and grinding itself. Sax would recognize these as little invisible helpers. And Fury Ball says, "Well, that's happening over there. Let's look at what else you have." And he places his hand on the ground, and the ground stone part of the ground actually reshapes itself into another table. And he says, "You can just go ahead and lay out the items here, and we'll see what's going on."
Well, alrighty then.
So, do you all just put all the items that Gur listed there out on the table?
Yes. Plus the
Awesome.
dagger.
And there was an extra dagger that Sax was holding.
Let me find the first item that I had there.
If you want to do your research over the week and
Well, there was something I did make the circlet for, and I just want to see if I can remember. Excuse me, or find rather exactly which one I had made, and the other ones I can figure out what I had put them for. Because I did write it down, but I don't know where the heck I put it. All my
I'm
notes
sure-
seem to be cyberpunk.
Oh,
yeah,
because it's been a while since we D&D'd, so
Yeah.
I'm sure you
uh,
took notes, but finding them is
Let me.
it's probably going to be an adventure in and of itself.
Magic items. Hey, it's Misty. Let me go here.
Who's that Pokemon?
I love how the tentacle just looks like I want you dead.
It always does.
It's
always
just its
does.
eyes. It didn't get to choose how its eyes looked.
I want
It
you
has
to feel like
resting
It did.
I
resting
want you to
tentacle
feel really
face.
dead.
It was just drawn that way.
Got it. Uh-huh. This one.
It's a Jigglypuff seen from above.
That still pisses me off. It will never not piss me off. I know that was its intention, but geez. In order to pass, you must tell me what this is.
Oh, that's easy. It's a Voltorb.
I was just gonna like show up
narrator.
and
Point
see
in the face.
a spherical shadow and be like, I know what that is, and instantly do something without first making sure what it is. It's just dumb. Okay, cool. So the first one. Okay, maybe I don't want to give this to you.
Why not?
I guess that'll be your payment, Mr.
um,
Fury
I want it.
Ball. No.
here. No, it's not. Fiery Ball doesn't want to. It's me, Matt. But here,
Yes, well, I know. We're just going to use Fury
Hmm.
Ball as the
I'll give it
DM
to y'all.
grabby hands.
Nope.
Grab your hands.
I want it. It's got blasting.
I know. It's that.
What does it
Um,
do?
It's a free casting of Scorching Ray, but with an attack bonus of +5.
Oh. So it's a fire-based weapon.
Yes. The next was the bead.
Wait until he identifies everything, Tortuga, before you start asking for stuff. Sheesh.
I will.
This one. Oh, that was what that one was. That was the pearl.
Interesting.
That one is scary. Grr.
Brings nightfall.
That last
The
one's-
earrings were something of my own design, which, when worn aloud, so it was a pair, 1 and 1, and whoever is wearing them can cast sending to each other.
Those are communication earrings.
Yep. The staff. Luckily, I was able to save some stuff into here. Was that one? Nope. Ah,
Really
yes.
Not fond of attunement rules. Okay.
So it was that one. Um, um, it's this, but there is one slight change to the wording. And I'm just typing it in here because Fairy Ball just tells you all of this. Anywhere it says, let's see.
None of us can use that.
Some of you are
Some
warlocks.
of you part warlocks.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Anywhere it says, this, it is instead replaced with magpie.
Gross. Unless it means that it can kill magpie, in which case, good.
Maybe. And the gem I'll get back to you all on, because I don't have anything that I wrote down for that one.
And the weird mimic colony dagger that we got.
Ditto. I did write something down specific I wanted that for, but it is not in the notes that I put on D&D Beyond. So I'll have to look through my notebook to figure out what I did with it. But yeah. So Fairy Ball tells you all what those items are. And he mentions, as far as the gem and the dagger goes, he says give him some time. He needs to do a bit of research within his library, and he'll get back to you.
Enough.
And then he says,
I got one more item I'd like to identify if you don't mind.
well, first, let's finish with that one. And Fairy Ball says, first, let's talk of payment. I think 1,000 gold will do it.
Sorry, what?
All right, done.
Okay.
Awesome. You had a question, Tortuga?
Yeah, I have something in my inventory called a glass vial of doom.
That doesn't sound like you should
First
have
off-
something like that.
That's not a thing. And second off, you should be the last person on the face of the planet to have something, even if it were. Name that.
Right?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there's a
Okay, I'm
magic
just
shop
curious.
in town who likes.
It's true. He
Oh,
does keep
he's
giving
not-
him things.
You're not going to the shop owned by
Yes.
the guy with the annoying
Yes.
assistant.
Definitely are.
Yeah. All the freaking time.
You know, that's my
true.
half brother that runs that store.
I'm not surprised at all.
I guess
in the
human
least.
half.
Correct.
It's funny because you're a centaur.
Is it? Is that funny? Do you find that funny?
I keep forgetting that you don't really like us that much. I should probably not antagonize you. So, never mind.
Sorry, we made a racist joke.
Is he normally this way?
He's got things.
Listen,
that mimics too,
It's
so,
been a whole thing.
not just-
So,
not
you
just
know,
centaurs.
just let me. Let me
You know,
have
that's a
things.
dagger you got from a mimic colony.
I know.
I do know that.
Trust me. Trust me, I know. Stupid mimics.
Oh, so he is.
Listen.
I wouldn't
Not my
expect any
fault.
less from a tiefling. So,
Wow. Really? You know what? Just it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna ignore it. Just crap all the time. Like it's my fault that I'm half demon, but no. And then you know what? I'm trying to save the world, okay? So you can all just suck it.
you know, I didn't ask to be born as a centaur. It's pretty
I
awesome.
didn't
I
ask
can
to be
trample
born as a
things.
half demon either. So you know what?
Going to the bathroom is
Y'all
very
have-
annoying.
Well, can't you just like
We have special
anywhere?
devices.
I love being a
Can't just
turtle.
go
I mean, is that not how horse butts work? I just not a thing. You're not.
Ha. Ha. Ha.
mean, yeah. Yeah. So we've all said things that we shouldn't have.
There you go.
Mostly you.
That's where all of this is coming from, is that SNL skit. It's okay. It's okay. I'm used to people being jealous that I'm a centaur.
Why would they be jealous that you're a centaur?
I mean, look at me.
Yeah, I know. So why would people be jealous that you're a centaur?
We'll move on. So, Fairy Ball says you can place the gold deposit on the table next to the items.
Fine.
Okay, I gave him gold.
Awesome. And now you can take your items without it killing you. Please.
Oh. I mean, you probably could have took us a long time ago, but we're not the same adventurers you met like months ago. So I'd watch my mouth if I were you.
He's looking around. You know you're in my house right now, right?
Oh, right. Keep forgetting about that. He has home turf advantage. So I was just kidding. Little jokey joke between associates and whatnot.
Associates.
He looks over to Gur. He's like the exact same person when I first met him. And he's pointing
Except
over
I
to Sax.
Definitely kill you now. So there's that.
I mean, granted,
No,
I did.
He's more powerful and has more stuff.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Well, at least you'll be able to handle the items then. That's good. We don't want any other apocalypses on our hands.
I mean, we have what, like 3 or 4 going right now?
I don't know. They're overlapping. I can't.
Just about the same. Like we're really wrecking them up.
As far as I'm counting, there's
Have
one.
we done anything about the killer birds?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
think that's
two.
still happening.
Your little feathery friend, right? I heard about that. That's
Well-
actually impressive. Where is your feathered friend? Oh, probably can't be here. Must be off
He's at a wedding.
ruling things. Oh, someone invited him to a wedding? Ah, it's good for him. Good for him. Loud fellow, but he's nice. I like him.
Always a
Um,
guest and never a groom.
Well, those tuxedos can be kind of stuffy sometimes, you know. Plus, I would not want to see him trying to make some sort of what's it called? Bread? Toast. That's it. Some sort of toast.
Well, that's true. A wedding
kind
toast would
of
be a
already
disaster.
Had a situation with the speech you gave to some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
other
caused a
Whole
whole
riot.
whole riot. So yeah.
He gave a speech, and that's what riled a bunch of Kenku up to stealing.
Oh, you don't know the half of
To,
it.
to killing babies, yes.
Okay, interesting.
And now we have to worry about these weird sheep things that's going on. So that's a thing.
Yes, you found the sheep demon. I haven't seen the sheep demon in a long time. Pray
Whoops.
tell, why is the sheep demon here?
I mean,
And
He said someone hired him.
that's even more unsettling.
to be
Magpie
fair,
wouldn't hire him. Why would Magpie hire him? Magpie could come here and do stuff on his own.
well, then who the blazes else would hire him? Did we piss somebody else off that we don't remember?
Is that a normal occurrence?
Yes.
Apparently.
I'll keep it in mind. Well, the gem you have here, I'm sure, came from the sheep demon.
Yes.
I'll have to look into if I can do something about it for you all.
The Temple
It'll
of
stay here
Helm
with
gave me
me.
this glove.
That's nice of them. You all should hold on to that. I'm not going to need it, but I appreciate it. As for the dagger, I am well aware of this. Where this comes from, the colony that you all came from. It's been around for quite a long time. You actually are quite blessed to have been able to make a journey over there. It is a long distance away.
Yeah,
Definitely
that was a
not
whole
something
other
that
thing too.
It sounds like you all have been having quite the adventures since essentially
Understatement.
causing the apocalypse to begin with. You know what? Hold on. And he reaches into his bag and he takes out 500 gold and he hands 500 gold to Sax and says, "I'll do all this at half price."
Oh, thanks, here, Gur, because I think you paid for that. So
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's been interesting here. I've had to make a few more contacts to keep up with things around in my place. With everyone either getting eaten by the undead or turning undead or not wanting to venture out of their houses on account of the undead, business is quite slow
Fun
here.
there.
So I've had to reach outward to other contacts. Are always a good thing to have, you know. People bring me different as you're doing, you know, I definitely have my identification service here, but also having people go out and try to bring me items from all over. As you know, I like to collect things. So on the topic of collecting things and magical items, Tortuga, it sounded like you had a question for me?
Oh, I'm just.
You had some other item that you want?
Supposed to be 14 days.
What was only supposed to last 14 days?
The undead lockdown.
Ah, I see where you're going with that. I play this game to get away from real life. So yes. What is it that you request?
The glass vial of doom? Glass tube of doom?
Okay, let me see. And in this case, he actually just holds his hand out. You hand him the vial?
He said if ever, yeah, I hand him the vial and I
Okay.
tell him that they told me that if it became an absolute emergency, I was just supposed to chuck it and run.
And by he again, I assume you mean my half brother.
Yep. That would be the one.
I am
Yep.
not surprised. You see, it looks on the surface to be just a little glass vial, but it's not. This is actually a tiny prison.
Oh.
I'm sure you didn't know that, because he never tells anyone what he does with his stuff. He just makes things and then sees what happens, and everybody else gets to deal with the fallout.
That's literally been the whole thing with him.
Are you aware of... Oh gosh, now I need to look up what the name of it is.
Just assume not.
I can do that. There is a very mean, easily pissed off, we'll say extraplanar entity, that doesn't do well not on its home plane. It's actually called the negative plane, and it has a bad name because it's a bad place. It appears my brother, half brother, has found a way to trap one in this vial.
Oh.
And he hands it back to Tortuga and says, "Good luck."
I'm sorry. So your brother gave one of the most reckless people on our team a vial full of a super powered entity thing.
Hold on.
If
He's the
I'm
most reckless person on the planet.
Fair enough.
if I'm being
To be
honest,
fair- To be fair,
Go ahead.
I have a lot of items that I haven't used yet. I'm just saving just in case.
Oh gosh, we are definitely gonna die.
I will just say that anything you get from my brother that's experimental, it might kill you, it might not. I like to do my research in a controlled environment and make sure that nobody gets hurt. He likes to give people items under the guise of, here, it's free. And then if they happen to return, then he can ask them about it.
Yeah, see, that's not good.
There's a reason that I'm all the way over here and he's all the way over there. We used to work together until I kicked him out. He got really pissed off, caused a whole thing in our family, but at least my place doesn't blow up every other week.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
No, it's really not.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, centaurs don't get sarcasm too well.
Honestly.
Yes.
Well, that's gonna be a bit of a problem because if he keeps giving Tortuga things, that just increases our chances of dying in some weird and wacky way. Because
Actually, I should probably add more detail to the vial instead of just saying what I did. It's not so much that it's the entity that's trapped there as much as it's a trapped quick little portal that's going to pull the entity from its home place here.
I feel like that's not
That would probably
better?
not make the entity happy.
Which is probably why he said throw it and run.
Oh. So basically, we could accidentally cause yet another apocalypse because of this nonsense.
I'll be honest, until it was you all who came to me and told me what happened with Magpie, I thought it was him. Willingly.
Oh boy. Well, we should probably refrain from using that store for a while, just because, I mean, we've already have a whole stack of problems that we have to deal with as it is. So, Tuga, you're banned, or you're forbidden from using that vial, because the last thing we need is that to be a thing. So,
I smile at it, then put it back in my bag.
oh boy. We're definitely going to have to deal with that eventually.
Oh, yes. Probably sooner than you think, knowing the shelled one.
Gonna be hard to keep track of all these apocalypses we keep jump starting.
It's only two, and one isn't so much an apocalypse as much as an uprising.
I mean, people's babies are getting kidnapped and killed. I feel like that's a bit of a problem.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. It's definitely horrible that it's happening. It's just it's not quite you accidentally released another extraplanar entity who's bent on seeing all the world essentially become a haven for the undead. You know, it's just got a different feel to it. Is there anything else I can do for you all?
Oh, we just needed those things identified. Although, if you happen to have any leads on Magpie, because we do owe him a face stabbing, that'd be that'd be useful.
Oh, trust me, if I did, you'd be told about it, but I'd also probably be tracking that lead down myself. But we'll keep in touch.
Wonderful, wonderful. I guess we'll let you
So what would you
research
do
the other two
yourself?
items then in the meantime. And
Before you go, the mortar and pestle seem to have stopped, and he reaches down into it and kind of scoops up what looks like a powder and takes a little vial and empties the powder in his hand into, let's see, one vial for each of y'all and gives one to each of you and says, "This is in the event you find yourself cursed with that mummy rot again, or facing the thing. It'll work as kind of a protection. Just down it all in one go.
nice.
I'd recommend something that tastes very strong as a chaser afterwards, because it's not going to taste good."
Mm. Well, we can always find something, I guess, for our tracer.
I'm sorry, I
What
keep
happened?
expecting one of
Oh,
y'all
I
to
have
cast
something.
fireball and set the place on fire. It's nice just having a normal conversation. Go ahead, Tortuga.
probably
I have
thinking
something
about
we
it.
can chase it with.
Oh, okay. Don't accidentally drink that vial of doom.
He probably definitely will do that. Wait, if that thing
Mm-hmm.
it keeps if it like escapes again, like is there a way for us to keep it from doing that until we like super kill it?
What are you talking about? The thing
No,
in the vial of doom? Which
no,
is
there was like a
It's-
weird goat
Mhm.
mummy casket monster thing that we fought.
Yes, the sheep demon.
That thing, yes. But I'm assuming it escaped because we were in a temple when I woke up. So,
Oh, it didn't escape. It's sort of kind of like a mummy. It's gonna come back in a little while. Probably about a day.
can we prevent it from doing that?
You probably can. I mean, if you're asking me if there's something I can give you, to
I just need to know if there's some type of process to keep it from coming back. I mean,
Oh, there definitely is. You see, you know how liches have their phylactery?
mhm.
Mummies have their heart.
Is that what that gem is?
Oh gosh, no. This is a literal, albeit probably old, leathery, and desiccated heart.
So we're gonna have to reach into its chest and pull out its heart and then fill its heart.
Is there any that wears it on its sleeve?
Might be in a jar somewhere.
Possibly. Usually, whenever the mummy comes back, they come back right next to essentially where their heart is. So you could do one of two things. You could either do some research and try to track down where it might be, or
Or
you could track down and try to find it when it reforms, and then know that very close by would be its heart.
Mm,
That said, Sheep Demon doesn't usually. I haven't seen them or seen it in a long, long time. If it's possible that someone found the mummy's heart and is essentially holding it hostage for the sheep demon to do things, then it may be a bit more troublesome, because then you'll have to find that And if there's something that is strong enough to find, take, and hold off that sheep demon's heart, I don't want to be the person to try to take it from them.
I mean, at this point, we don't really have much of a choice because otherwise he's going to keep sending it after us. And as much as I love having demon mummy interrupting us every time we try to do anything, I want to just cut the head off at the source and just, the mummy,
Can handle
kill it. I mean, we've killed everything else that's come up against us. So at this point, I feel like we might as well just find out where he's holding the heart and violently
You've
murder
killed
it.
almost everything that's come up against you.
Well, Magpie's going to get a face stabbing when we get our chance, but
I look forward
everything
to that day.
else. So
I have the utmost faith that if any group can do it, is you all.
I mean, we've caused as many problems as we probably solved, so
Which is exactly why I believe if anybody is capable of doing it, it is you all.
Well, do you have a possible lead on where this thing might be?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Well, crap.
I didn't even know that it was back around until you all came here, dropped that gem off there, and told me that you found it. Not the gem,
Yeah.
but the sheep demon.
I mean, it more found us, but yeah.
It's actually kind of amazing you all didn't come here as sheep.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid that if we can. There's also another reason why we probably need to find this thing and violently murder it, so we don't have to worry about the mummy trying to turn us into sheep.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck with that one. Usually the sheep demon, carries a nice little scythe and it reaps souls, but by that it actually just turns people into sheep. So unfortunately, it can grow to quite a large size. It can turn invisible. It has a very annoying ability for instilling fear in the minds of people. And one of
we
the
know.
quite most
Oh,
annoying
yeah.
things is its curse. That mummy rod is not a fun. It's if you all got hit, I hope you've gotten yourself cured of it already, because it'll slowly kill you
Yeah,
every
well,
day, more and more.
We definitely found out about all its fun abilities the hard way.
Ah, so you ran into its swarm as well.
It's what now?
Oh, you haven't found out about all of his ability. You'll find out soon enough if you're going after it. It's okay.
Oh, for the
Just
love of all
remember-
things holy.
Drink up or down that powder. Don't forget to do that.
Then now we have to look for a lead for this whole mummy captor thing, in addition to all the other stuff we have to do. So we need to find somebody that actually has some information, since Fury Ball does not. Even though he helped
I'm
us so
sorry.
much anyway. So it's
don't have-
okay.
All the information, but I appreciate that, Sax.
It's we value your services and all your help that you've given us.
That means a lot. That must have hurt to say,
Did.
but you said it anyway.
I did.
And for that, I won't use the amnesia dust.
I'm sorry, what?
I just said I won't use the amnesia dust.
Yeah, but why do you have amnesia dust?
Don't worry about it. This time he said he won't use the amnesia dust.
I
I
guess you
feel
don't
like you're
remember
answering
the
your
other
own
time.
questions.
I feel like you can't be trusted. But that aside, thanks for all your help.
No problem.
So, yeah. Well, I guess we just have to go somewhere until he identifies these other two items, and then I guess we can murder stuff in the meantime. So yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Here, let's do this. And he mentions you can let him hold on to one of those earrings if you'd like, and he can contact someone using one of the earrings.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Plus, I can study it at the same time. Okay, well, if there's nothing else that I can do for you, kindly get the hell out before you burn my place down again.
I mean,
And
to
he
be
waves.
fair, he kind of started that last time too.
Yeah, you were kind
Yes.
of a butthole the first time we met.
And also the second. And a little bit of the third, actually.
Yeah, the second.
So, yeah.
Well, I do live alone. People's skills are lacking, and you burned my place down. But it's okay. I forgive and forget. That's what the amnesia dust is for.
Oh, he's dosing himself.
Oh, no. Not me. People who come here.
Wait a minute.
Okay, bye.
Somewhere.
What's that, Tortuga?
I said, come where?
At this point, you all can exit his place if you want, or try to burn it down again. Your choice.
We will not try to burn it down again this time. This will
that's
probably
good.
actually be a
Don't
good
threaten me
stopping
with a
point.
good time.
Yep.
Oh,
I was gonna say once you walk outside, probably a good place to end before we get into more hijinks. It's already half an hour over your allotted.
I know. No, it's past my bedtime. I'm an adult sometimes.
Yeah,
Well then,
I try to
think
tell
I should
myself that,
be-
but then I still don't go to bed until later than I should.
I think I should be around next week because I think
Okie dokie.
I was set up to be
I have
Saturday morning. So
been informed that the bird got back a while ago, but just passed out.
because I was wondering why he never showed up because he said he was going to be late, but he just never came at all.
He's
so-
here. That's what happened. He's online.
Oh,